Right, consider it done.
So 25 copper pieces or 2 silver, 5 copper.
Did I do the math right? Oh shit.
Did you hear me or no?
Yeah. No, I did. I was looking at my character sheet because it's 10 silver per gold, right, and then
Correct.
10 copper per silver, right?
Correct.
So if I have 45 gold, I would go down to 44 gold and I would have 10 silver. And then I go down to 3 because I'd spend 2 silver. And going down to 3 would give me 10 copper, and then I'd spend 5 copper.
Right. So he yells back, Melinda, prepare 5 fillets, however you see fit. Yes, sir. We'll have them out shortly. Don't shout at me again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was standing here for quite some time and you were ignoring me.
Well, you didn't order anything, did you?
Well, I was expecting you to address me as I walked up. Forgive me.
That's not the way these things work. Just tell me what you want and I'll make it. But I prefer you not to shout at me.
Understood. Alright, with that I go sit down. Wherever there's a seat. Yep.
So, what was going on with the duel thing? That's when I sort of like had to cut out and talk to Steven about recording.
Oh, I was just gonna relay that we're gonna grab some branches from a tree and have at it.
Alright, so are you guys going outside and grabbing branches?
Yep.
Thanks for the math, Denny.
Let me turn on the grid since there's going to be combat.
Do I hear about them wanting to duel with branches by chance?
You would have heard them discussing it. Yeah, you were at the table.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and interject once they had their conversation. It is a waste to take limbs from trees. If there are branches that have already fallen, you may take those.
What a novel sentiment, Fendon. Fine. Fine. We will grab dead twigs from the trees because dueling here doesn't seem to be something anybody is prepared to do. Fantastic.
Should there be any bloodshed, I shall heal if necessary.
I doubt there will be bloodshed. The most that will happen is a little welt here and there. The one with the least welts will have made their case. Now let's go.
I'm still just sitting at the table.
And I'm sitting there as well. I'm going to go ahead and ask Cornelius, what have you brought us over here?
I'm just going to stand right here by the edge of this building.
The food is still
have the
being
food
prepared currently.
Oh, it's still being prepared? Okay.
You can back on the question and say, what did you order?
What did you order?
They have fish here.
Fish. Something I've not had in a very long time.
Well, prepare to be amazed, friend.
May I ask how much it was?
It was an inconsequential amount of monetary currency.
Very well. I shall repay the favor later then.
For finding twigs, would that be an investigation or perception?
It would be survival.
Easy.
You find some twigs, but most of them are too small to be wielded as like a sword. Like a lot of them are like extremely small. They would be used as like kindling. It appears that you would know this, Jay, that most residents of Brinchander will collect the fallen branches and use them as for fire in their homes. It's a common thing out here. As wood isn't necessarily sold as an amenity.
It's a commodity, except it's not.
Does Danny know he's muted?
Yeah. So one of the ones that he kind of tosses aside because it's like too small or whatever, I'll go and pick up and say, I'll use this one.
Okay.
There's nothing of suitable length for me to properly do this. But if you can wield that twig in any sort of impressive way, have at it.
Well, of course I can. I'll fight just like I always do.
With a small twig.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Well, how far away should we start? Should we start just standing here?
I suppose that will do.
Okay. I'll let you have the first hit.
All right. What is the stats on a twig?
Nothing.
A tree branch would be an improvised weapon, and it would do 1d4 bludgeoning.
And would it involve dex
It's-
or
it-
just?
Probably it's finessable because it's light enough.
It's an improvised weapon, meaning that you aren't gonna add a proficiency modifier to it, but it could go off of dex or strength because it's light enough.
Okay. So no proficiency modifier.
Just a dex check or a strength check.
Yep, just the dex or strength.
Okay.
And I'll just
Okay.
smile at you as I say, go on.
As a 14
Yeah, that'll hit. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So you go in and you strike her with this stick, and you're taking 4 bludgeoning there, and a massive welt appears on your side.
Huh. You hit hard.
Quite a lot of practice. Your turn.
Okay, I'll cast Hellish Rebuke. So, make a saving throw. It is, I think, dexterity.
I
Yep,
believe
dexterity. You save, so it's half damage. So,
Oh my god.
Half to 7.
Yep, it's up to 7.
hiya! As I point the stick at him. And then I also present my arcane focus, which is wrapped around my wrist.
I must admit that is rather clever.
You have this minor burn on your skin from the hellish rebuke.
Minor?
It's a burn. I don't want to say he has a 3rd-degree burn.
yeah.
Well, I
A
mean,
minor
I-
burn is
Perhaps.
treatable, just
Get
like a welt
fucked.
is treatable.
I think what would be alarming is that is exactly how Ferrando would handle that sort of grievous injury. Would just be casual.
Huh. Do I pass? I say, as I end my turn.
How often can you do that?
Well, as often as I've ever needed to. I can also do this. And I'll
Oh no.
wave the stick at the ground beside me. And I will cast create bonfire. And I say,
And
this can stay there for as long as I'm awake.
And that
a
is
bonfire
probably-
appears.
That is necessary.
I mean, it's quite nice in this cold weather.
Thank you for explaining. I had no idea.
Well, I know, you seem
I-
kind of like that. But it's okay, I'll help.
Not for 5 silver a day. You'll take a share of the loot and nothing more.
Oh. Did I do something wrong?
5 silver a day. I have no idea, rather, how long I'll be here. I can't make promises that I can't fulfill. It's not the Hawkwinter way.
Well, it would only be on the days that we're traveling, of course. Once we arrive at the places, then we could just go back to the way things are of splitting loot and such.
There will be many traveling, and there's no telling where the Frost Maiden may lie or what I must do in order to gain access to her. I cannot promise 5 silver a day. I can promise a splitting of the loot. That is the best I can offer.
A split for me and Jill? She's also
split?
quite skilled.
Your bonfire is all the evidence I need of skill. That said, yes, the loot would be divided evenly.
Okay, I'll put out the bonfire.
And just like that, the bonfire is gone as quickly as it was there.
Garen did always encourage me to pick up some arcane skills. Leave it to Garen to be constantly right. Anyway, I must, and I look at the wound, heal. I'm going to go
should
get a
heal by
rune.
tomorrow.
Yes. So tonight, we stay at the inn. Tomorrow we, I suppose, find out in which direction the Frost Maiden would most likely be.
Well, we could always search around for something like hints.
The
You see-
bartender doesn't seem forthcoming. I suppose there'd be many people around here for whom the rhyme has been a burden. We could find some sort of hints through action.
Well, I've been looking around a whole lot for her. With not too much luck.
I don't imagine she would make herself obvious.
Yes. So, I've exhausted most of my resources while looking for her. But I'm sure that you bring a new skill set to the table. Right? I mean, I can see you're very good at swinging sticks.
Yes, and that is about as good as my skills can be, unfortunately.
Oh,
Sticks and swinging them. And with that, I unsheath the rapier and, twirl it around, etc.
ooh. That looks nice.
Have I been hearing their conversation, or
You would have been hearing it, yeah.
okay? Well, sticks and swinging them doesn't seem to be a lot. What do you expect to find with just using that?
Well, I was hoping the head of some Frost Maidens, but unfortunately my adventure was sparked by rather prompt circumstances. The preparation has been paltry at best, but that doesn't change. I will do what I need to, and it will result in whatever end happens to be.
Well, we should head inside.
Yes. And was it?
You're cutting out. I don't
Amenable
know
to
if it's
the
my
agreement.
Discord.
Yeah, he was cutting out for me too. So
Lagging a little bit. But hold on.
Oh, rip.
Oh my.
Ian, your bandwidth. You gotta wrangle it back into place, man.
Yeah, close your window.
I'm literally. Close the window.
All your bandwidth is escaping.
Don't freak
Yeah.
out if the map goes dark. I'm just testing to make sure that this works properly.
Oh no, I'm gonna die.
Uh-oh.
Because darkness
Whoa, what
besets
is
the
that?
town.
is that the new type of lighting?
Oh, it's like the vision lighting almost.
Hey, Maya, are you okay with me and Tyler
it
side
didn't
chatting
update for me.
in character?
Am I okay with you? What?
Side chatting in character in the chat while the people
While
are
all this-
dialoguing.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to manage both, but I think it's fine.
As long as it's nothing kind of major out of place then.
Yeah, as long as it's not something that like goes through and I would need to like give you information on, then I think it's fine.
The stuff out
Okay.
here doesn't change, babe. Is it supposed to be like that?
What do you mean it changed?
What do you mean by a change?
Like this stuff, it doesn't change. It's just always like that no matter where I go.
Oh. Do you have a light source on you?
Yeah, you don't have a light source. That's why. Because you don't have dark vision, you don't have a light source with you, so it doesn't change. Because it's considered darkness.
Oh.
But see, if I go like this, and I go.
Okay. Makes sense. Sorry. It just looked funky.
Oh, good. Okay, now if I were to delete this, can you guys still see all of the inside of the tavern?
For the most part, some parts are dark and some parts aren't.
Yeah, that's how it should be. We can't see like around corners and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, now move down to the corner and tell me if you guys can see normally. Like if you guys move down to, say, this corner.
I'm
This-
lagging like crazy, so I can
Yeah.
see.
I mean,
just
so I'm-
this wall blocks this area,
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
so I can see in like this line. But
Because it is supposed to be dark outside, I just had global illumination on because I didn't have time to do lighting, but now lighting is done, so.
Easy.
are there not torches in here? Like, is this not a lit place though?
I would assume there's a
should
like
be
a
torches
roaring
inside
fire
there.
going.
It's lit AF fam.
Oof.
Because I don't see any light sources in here. The only light I see is like coming from the outside.
Yeah, same. I would assume both the fireplaces are lit. Ooh, what was that?
Hmm. Well, I see that they're talking as I re-entered the tavern inn thing. I'll immediately walk over to the two and look. See, look! The guy that you guys are with, he's really good at handling sticks. He really got me a good one. You guys should be
Huh.
proud of your friend. You guys are friends, right? Are you friends?
And I
Oh.
am happy to hear that.
Yeah. I'm Jay. I shake. I put out my hand to shake.
Hello, Jay.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Jay.
I reciprocate the handshake.
Yes, I was accepted to travel with you guys, along with my friend.
May I ask who won?
I think it was a draw.
Uh,
Let's say it was a draw.
It was not a draw. I lost.
Oh.
That's why we don't need to.
Do your
Well, it felt
injuries
like a
need
draw.
Tending?
What's that?
Do either of your injuries need tending to?
It's nothing that a short rest. This fine establishment won't rectify.
Very well.
I want to make some kind of check to understand how grievous Fernando's wounds from the duel are. Just like by observation.
How sickly do your wounds look? You guys regained all of your hit points, by the way. That was just for the duel that you guys lost hit points, but
Okay.
like it was non-lethal damage. It was just to determine who won the duel. So you guys are both still at full hit points.
Okay.
Oh, it's like a fucking duel in a regular MMO.
Yes.
You go down to 0 and then go right back up to 100.
And I want to turn to Jay. So, Jay, who is this friend of yours? You have not introduced her exactly.
Jillian, come say hi.
I'm just gonna wave from over on the couch. I'm here.
A familiar trait.
Yeah,
I see.
And so you guys can see their characters. That is Jay.
It's Kindred.
This is Jillian.
So are you both
Easy.
female then, I'm guessing?
Yes,
Yes.
and I am a
Okay.
halfling, so very small. I am 3'2".
Halfling, okay.
Small.
Yeah, he's 3 feet tall, or she's 3 feet tall.
3 foot,
Okay, that's useful.
3'2", 40 pounds, hazel eyes with pure white hair.
Oh.
And Jay is just a human female.
Ye-
Okay.
Is it the server? Because everyone keeps kind of like.
I
Lagging out.
think it's
Yeah.
Discord. I could hear it.
Yeah, let me try changing the region.
I mean, mine
Oh boy, here
my
we go.
connection is only 45. Like, I feel like it's
Yeah,
fine.
mine's jumping from 30 to 40, so it's green bar, but it could be the region. Earlier on today, I was having issues in another server
And
with
now it's
connections,
43.
so that's what it was.
3.
Factoria.
Everybody now.
Something like that.
Is it done?
It's lower.
Are things
Yeah, I
changed?
changed it already.
Oh, I'm down to 20 ping.
Yeah, I'm down to
16.
I'm down to 38 now.
Denny.
35.
I got 17.
Why rip Denny? Wait, was I lagging? Why rip Denny?
I don't know.
I don't know who's the Rip Denny.
Fed did.
I don't think Fat can hear us because we can't hear him.
Oh no. But I could hear Fat. I heard him.
I heard him say "Rip Denny" too, but I don't know why he
Yeah,
said
but after that he hasn't said anything, so I don't think he can hear us.
Oh, his audio is all messed up. It's the VPN.
No. No, I cannot.
Oh
can you?
no.
What happened?
He
Oh,
probably.
there he is.
Oh, you can hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear anyone else?
Okay, I can hear Tyler.
And what
Can
about
you
me?
hear me?
Testing.
Hello?
Yeah.
Ah!
Everybody scream on 3. No.
Let me try this.
That's so weird that only like certain people are getting picked up.
That's
So-
Fat,
fucking
can you hear me?
wacky.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I heard you and Denny.
Oh
Although I
my
did get a
god.
little bit of,
this is Steven
latency on his
speaking.
voice. Yes, I hear you, Steven.
I had latency on
The
my
drunk
voice?
voice speaking.
What do you mean?
Is Ian still present?
Yep. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool.
Normally, when I have Discord issues, I just completely exit out of the program and restart it, and most of the time that'll fix it.
Some whack shit, fam.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that Cornelius and I had that conversation right as everyone was walking back towards the table, correct?
Sounds good to me.
And then I show off the awesome welt that what's his face gave me. The fancy man.
The fancy
And then I'll
Pretty
Yes.
boy.
I'll move back, retrieve my chair, and then move it over to this table so I can sit next to him and scooch up close. So, I see that you guys got the fish.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, the fish would have been brought out at this point. It took them about 15 minutes to prepare and bring it out.
Hell
Alright.
yeah.
Surprisingly to those of you that aren't from Icewind Dale, all the bones have been removed from the fish.
That's the best part, though.
Well,
It's
everyone.
just an uncommon
dig in.
preparation.
Yes, I've never seen a fish with no bones before. Is this normal around this part?
Well,
Our
of course it
residents-
is.
Yeah, our residents from Icewind Dale would know that knucklehead trout bones are made of ivory. And because they're made of ivory, they are often removed for their value.
Uh-huh.
Ah.
So how much ivory is in a knucklehead trout?
Catch one and find out.
Oh boy.
Is that not common knowledge?
How big
Well,
are
it depends on the size of the trout, so they're
how-
pretty fucking big.
Kind of like a yellowfin tuna?
I sent
Oh,
Denny
Jesus
a picture
Christ.
of one. They're really fucking big. There's one mounted on the wall actually. above
this-
one of the fireplaces.
To the DMs.
I'm finding it right now too.
Because I know I was
Like a
reading about that,
while ago.
but I didn't exactly. It didn't specify any size, so I would assume they're either going to be small or big.
They're pretty
big.
fucking big.
Sweet. Loch Ness monster time.
Something about tree fitty.
I found it.
I know you talked about sending it, and then you didn't send it for like another day or so. Then all of a sudden you're like, hey, that's a thing. There.
Let's
Just
see.
like a yellowfin tuna almost. Holy crap. That's
Ignore the thing to the side of the picture. That's...
a saber-toothed tiger.
No,
Sure is.
of course not. That is a small cat.
No, it's a big tiger. That's good
Can-
for size comparison. It's,
Can
Oof.
can I influence the tiger?
I mean,
Holy shit.
everyone can.
yeah, they're
So yeah, they're pretty big fish. Pretty fucking big.
That's a lot of money.
What's a lot of money? A fish?
The ivory. I don't know how much ivory's
So, like,
worth in D&D.
The 5 servings that I ordered, it's maybe like the back half of the fish.
Like the 5 servings that you ordered is like 1 fillet of the trout.
Holy fuck.
Wow. Okay, so we're getting our fill.
So like
Wow.
it's 1 fillet portioned into 5 servings and then served to you.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite out of it. I'm just gonna grab it with my hands and just take a bite out of it. Mmm. Interesting taste. Is this salt water or fresh water?
I don't know.
I finished my food surprisingly fast.
God.
Promise to you of us requisiting some gold. I'm going to go find out where possible overlapping of detective work and riches can be found. The rest of you, please enjoy.
At the mention of that, I'll finish eating my food nearly immediately, and I'll follow Fernando wherever he goes.
So to those of you that are new here, the trout is extremely like tasty. It has like sort of like a buttery taste, and the meat seems to almost dissolve in your mouth. However, for the residents of Icewind Dale, it has become the only meal that they've had for the past 5 years. So for them,
Oof.
it's gotten old.
Oh,
That
Right.
makes sense.
For those of you new, this would be like it would almost be a delicacy with how good it is.
it's just at this point it's just like rice. Just tastes like plain white rice with
Yep.
no
More and more delicious each time I get it.
yeah. Just plain white rice, no seasoning, nothing.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna
that
go ahead
cooked
and mention to Jay that it is extremely delicious tasting.
Oh,
There
of
are
course
rare
it is.
times where like you guys can catch reindeer and elk and stuff, but it's nowhere near as common as the trout. So the trout is your common meal.
Okay.
Barkeep, when you have an opportunity.
What is it that I can help you with?
Well, first and foremost, I would like to thank you for a most excellent meal.
No problem.
Second, sorry, pause. Do I know about the cultists?
Cultists?
That the Frost Maiden tends to have worshippers because she is a god or a demigod, I guess.
I'm not sure what you mean by cultists.
Or is that no? Okay, then never mind.
Spooky, scary skeleton
Um,
followers.
I'm in a rather bit of a conundrum, barkeep, and I apologize. What is your name so I can address you properly?
My name is Gramsax.
Scramsax, a beautiful name. Your mother would be proud. Scramsax, I have an issue I must find the Frost Maiden and decapitate her to resolve my own burdens. And yet, as you can tell, I am flimsy, so are my compatriots, and I imagine I'm going to need more gold to appease my new, I suppose, party members. What can be done locally to assist and possibly gain more information about the region while also earning some gold?
Well, in the mornings there tends to be a bit more posting for jobs. I suggest you rest for the night, and in the morning, I'm sure that something will pop up for you to do.
Very well.
There have been a series of murders recently, and in the mornings, a dwarvish woman by the name of Helen comes by, and she searches for people that she believes may be capable of dealing with such matters, but of course, you're going to have to wait until morning, so I suggest you get a room here or somewhere else, and just wait until the morning, and then we can go from there.
Do I know
5.
anything about the recent murders?
So you would know that there has been a series of murders in the towns recently that have human sacrifices. Denny, you would know this as well.
Well,
There've just been
ours is one of those towns, right? Bridgehander is a human sacrifice town.
Yes.
Yep,
boy.
it is.
Oh man.
All right.
So there has been a series of murders between Brinchander, East Haven, and Targos. They're seemingly rare and at random, but recently there appears to have been several over the span of the last 4 or 10 days. So over the last month, the last 3 10 days. My apologies. They seem
I'm
to have
curious.
picked up pace and become more sporadic.
I'm curious, Barkeep, if this is a repetitive, occurrence that there are murders, and I look around, I see many an adventure, and you tell me that every morning there is a new murder?
There's not a new murder every morning, no. They're sparse and sporadic. But Lynn has been looking for people to take care of the matter. She'll only talk to you if she believes that you look strong enough to deal with it.
Well, I hope my looks are not the first thing she ganders upon. I don't much look like a warrior. All right. We'll have 5 beds. How much?
It will be 1 electrum piece per room.
I don't often deal in Electrum. I have gold available. You'll have to... Let's see. Do you have change for gold pieces, sir?
I have electrum to give you for change for your gold pieces. And silver and copper.
Is gold not common in these parts?
I mean, I'm not sure how many commoners you know that's acquire enough to purchase something for a gold piece, but I'm going to have to say it's not uncommon, but it's not what I ask people to pay in.
My apologies. I don't often deal in amounts smaller than gold.
An electrum is half of a gold piece. You would know this. It's
Okay,
5 silver
thank you.
pieces.
Thank
Five
you.
silver pieces, 1 electrum.
All right. I'll have to math. All right. 5, so it's half gold. So, and it's an electrum per bed, you
Subtract
said?
1. Yeah, it's 1 electrum per room.
Okay.
And yeah, and it's just so 2 electrum is a gold piece.
Got it. So it'd be
It'd be 2.5 gold.
so 25 silver, basically. All right. 3. So it's 27. We'll do.
Because if you
5
if you pay him
silver
3 gold,
remaining.
he can give you back 1 electrum piece.
Okay. All right. Here is your 3 gold.
Alright, have an electrum.
All right.
The rooms are to the south. If you go around the corner, it's 2 beds to a room. Unless, of course, you want one of the single rooms. In which case, it's the same price. Either way, pick whichever one you want and stay in them. You're the only guest I have for tonight.
Splendid. I'll relay the information. I've taken the courtesy of paying for a room for each of you, or at least a bed for each of you. A room was too much to ask, apparently. The beds are available and on me. There will be supposedly work in the morning, in which case we can pursue monetary compensation for your company. I apologize for not being able to do more. But I will fulfill the promise of your pockets being lined one way or another.
We do live here. We have a house here. We don't need a room.
Well, the beds are there, whether or not you should have told me that, but the beds are there.
Well, I was
As you
busy
will.
sewing. I'm sorry.
Interesting. Forthcoming of knowledge, you are not.
I only communicate what needs to be communicated. Nobody asked.
The beds are there. Do with them as you will. I will retire for the evening. There's work to be done in the morning.
Okay.
I shall join you. Rest is needed.
Yeah, me too.
Oh. Well, goodbye, friends. I'll see you in the morning.
Okay. See you.
Jillian, say goodbye.
Farewell, Jay. Farewell, Jillian.
I'll just wave.
I walk away without saying anything. I'm a douchebag.
What nice people.
Yeah,
And then
From here,
and then
from here.
once they're gone, I'll
here,
go over and
here,
Oh.
whisper.
here.
I was going to sit on the comfy chairs. It's
Okay,
okay.
and as I'm
I'll move
walking
the
around,
chair back.
as I'm walking around the corner with Fernanda to the bedrooms, I'm going to say, I hope they have a bed that shall fit me. And then as I take a look around, do any of these... Sorry, go ahead.
That's a consideration I had not considered. If you don't find anything, Fendon, let me know. Maybe we can make arrangements.
Very well. And then I'm going to go ahead and walk down the hallway and look in each room. Do I see any beds that are larger than normal?
All of them are large enough to fit a Goliath, so all of them are large enough to fit you.
Poggers.
I see this one is large enough. Shall accommodate.
And once they're gone, like, you know, out of eyesight and earshot, whatever, I'm gonna speak with Jay, and I don't... They seem kind of weird. I don't really like that, the rapier guy. He wants to kill the Frost Maiden?
I mean, some people just misunderstand. I'm sure we'll be able to, I guess, tell him what is really going on.
We still don't know why
He seems very vindictive.
Yeah, he jumps to conclusions, it seems.
Yeah. But we'll discuss things in the morning.
I just don't want to lead him... Like, I don't even know... We've searched for her, and we can't find her. But even if we do end up finding her, I don't want him to kill her.
Well, we can always talk him out of it. And hey, maybe he would be a good ally. Especially if we could change his mind easily. Which I'm sure I can. You know me. I'm good with people.
Yeah, I trust you.
I don't know what he was talking about cultists, though. That was kind of strange.
I don't know what he meant by that.
I don't think he understands that we all kind of, you know, you know, he doesn't understand much. He must be very.
He's, I mean, they're probably all from far away. Him probably further than the others. They just don't understand what goes on up here.
Well, as you would expect from people such a great distance away when we're trapped here in this small area of shanty towns and this fortress. But, you know, I'm sure we'll be able to discuss what all has happened in the past several years.
Yeah, well, and hopefully you can do some good convincing, because worst comes to worse, well, I mean, I would assume you'd back me up, but worst comes to worse, I'll fight them to protect her.
You shouldn't have to do that. It'll be okay. And I'll put away the things I was using to sew together the fur that I have. I'll stand up and say, I can be very persuasive at times. And I'll kind of take a couple steps.
Yeah, and I'll just follow and say, I've seen that. They're not from around here, so they might not take as kind to you as the people from the 10 towns do. You're well known around here.
Oh, don't worry. They'll understand soon. And then we'll retire and walk back to our house.
Yeah, we'll go to our cabin.
All right. And I'm going to do a bit of a time skip here to go from the prelude that I made to the actual campaign setting now.
Poggers.
So we're going to do a time skip of about a 10-day. And Lynn was not present in the tavern for any of those 10 days. Alright, so now we're going to kind of go from the prelude into the actual campaign, because this is sort of like what I had to make, and now we're going into the actual campaign.
True.
So you just had to make the prelude for character introductions?
For character introductions. Because I don't like the whole, I don't like the trope of all the characters knowing each other beforehand kind of thing, so...
Honestly, for a session 0, should we just end it there? Because that's usually, when it stops. It's usually, a extremely short, but, people get to know each other. We've now known each other for a couple days. We're working together. Yada, yada, etc.
I mean, I'm still good to go. I still have a lot more preps, so...
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I wasn't planning on having, a session 0. I was planning on having, a prelude and then going into the actual campaign.
Okay.
And so basically within this timeline, I currently know Cornelius and Fernando for about 3 weeks, since that's how long it took us to get here. Okay.
And it looks like it's
For 10 days,
Ferrando?
Ferrando, yeah.
Ferrando, not Fernando. Okay.
Yeah, Ferrando. Ferrando? Is that how it's, actually pronounced?
Yeah, you flick the R's.
It's
Ferrando.
pronounced friendo.
Ferrando. All right.
Are
I'll try to keep that in mind.
Spanish? Ferrando?
Italian.
Close enough.
Ah.
Yeah.
Spanish-esque.
I mean, exactly. Oh, music stopped.
It didn't stop, it shifted.
Should have changed. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So,
Icewind Dale has become... Sorry, are we ready to continue? Or...
I mean,
I'm good.
we've known each other for 10 days now, right?
Yeah,
So,
just
we're all...
I would say, out of curiosity, what would we have done for those 10 days?
You guys would have just generally gotten to know each other. Maybe have gone out and showed them around Bryn Shander and the general area. It would have just been more like them becoming accumulated to the weather, as they can't travel without being acclimated to it.
Could I make new cold weather gear for all of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
So since in my backstory I've kind of been up north for a while, am I kind of acclimated to it?
Yeah, you're acclimated to it because you live in the spine of the world. So.
Okay.
Alright, so Icewind Dale has become trapped in a perpetual winter. Ferocious blizzards make the mountains pass through the spine of the world exceedingly treacherous. This land has not felt the warmth of the sun in over 5 years. In fact, the sun no longer appears above the mountains, not even in what should be the height of summer. And this frozen tundra, darkness and bitter cold reign as king and queen. Most Dale residents blame Oriel, the Frost Maiden, the god of winter's wrath. The shimmering aurora that weaves across the sky each night is said to be her doing, a potent spell that keeps the sun at bay. Dale folk live in a scattering of settlements known as the 10 Towns. Drop off in caravans coming from the south and travel between the settlements, and this never-ending winter has left everyone feeling isolated. Although each town has resolved to appease the Frost Maiden with sacrifices of one or another, no respite from winter's fury seems forthcoming. For adventurers such as yourself, 10 Towns is a place to test one's mettle, and in the spirit of heroes who have come before, leave one's mark on the frigid, blighted land. Actually, a lot louder than I planned on it being.
Okay.
Alright, now I need to change the music again.
If only my music worked.
You could refresh and it should begin working again.
Oh no, I was talking about the campaign I'm running.
Oh, got it.
Issues no matter what.
Just another gruesome day in the 10 Towns. Howling wind, bitter cold, fell tempers, and snowdrifts big enough to bury a herd of a moose. But today the local tavern is abuzz with news about a series of recent killings. Before the murders, the only question in everyone's mind was, will Summer ever return to the Icewind Dale? Now the question is, will I be the killer's next victim? Nothing breeds fear and paranoia like a murderer with no face. 3 cold-blooded murders have been committed in the past month. A halfling trapper in East Haven, a human shipbuilder in Targos, and 3 days ago, a dwarf glassblower in Brinchander. Each victim was found with a dagger of ice through the heart. What's the connection? The drunken lot huddled in the tavern offered no credible ideas. But sitting apart from them is an elderly shield dwarf with a nasty scar across her nose, who looks like she has something worth knowing. She's been smoking her pipe and eyeing you ever since you returned.
Who has?
The dwarf.
The
Oh,
dwarf.
and she's the one. Would she be familiar to?
You guys would recognize her as Flynn.
And she's the one that's looking for the killer.
Yeah, she was the one that was tracking the killer. She doesn't have a picture, so.
And the rest of us know nothing about her.
The rest of you would just have heard that there was a woman named Flynn.
How do you spell that by chance?
HLIN.
HLIN.
Hillian, I presume. The barkeep informed me you would be coming in the morning.
I have been tracking what I believe to be the recent killer. You look like you're capable.
You must have a keen eye. Most people don't get that on the first impression.
Let's just say I have experience.
Clearly, as I stare at the scar. Tell me something. If this assassin, murderer, whatever you want to call the criminal, is eluding you, how are we supposed to help?
Well, at this point, I've narrowed it down to only one suspect I know of. His name is Suffolk Caltro. He works for a small traveling merchant company called Torgs, owned and operated by a shady dwarf named Torga Icewind. In other words, Suffolk gets around. He's charming, makes friends easily. He's also Torga's bodyguard, so I'm guessing he's good with a blade. His victims come from the only 3 towns to sacrifice people to the Frost Maiden on nights of the new moon. This is what passes for civilized behavior in Icewind Dale. Maybe the victims found a way to keep their names out of the drawings, and Suffolk found out that they were cheating, so he killed them. Maybe, just maybe, Suffolk is doing the Frost Maiden's work. I followed Torgs for a 10-day as I moved from town to town. Quite the devious little enterprise, but that's not my concern. What struck me is how comfortable Suffolk Caltro looked in this weather. No coat, no scarf, no gloves. It was like the cold couldn't touch him. Kiss of the Frost Maiden indeed. I will pay you 100 gold pieces to apprehend Suffolk Caltro, ascertain his guilt, and deal with him, preferably without involving the authorities. When the job is done, return to me, collect your money.
I hope you realize you've just made a proposal to a member of the Order of the Gauntlet that I defy the law. Very well. We shall find your criminal, and the law will not be involved.
That's what I was
And
hoping for.
I'm gonna go
I
ahead.
do
and-
have,
Go ahead.
pardon, Helene, I do have one question. You seem to be observant about the ongoings of the town. Have you by chance spotted a homeless woman?
Homeless woman, and well, do you have a name, perhaps?
I don't believe she would give her name. Do you know where the homeless tend to be in this Brynchanda?
Most homeless don't tend to survive long out here.
That is why her presence might be... Well... Have you seen any homeless women? At all?
Well, everybody looks the same out there. We're all bundled up in warm weather clothing. Aside from Suffolk, but you see, I've seen one woman laying against a building. It's odd that she's out in the cold when everybody else is inside. I don't know anybody who in the right mind who would stay out in negative 49-degree weather. But that's the only closest thing to a homeless person I guess I can tell you. She normally hangs around outside the tavern. She's either there or she's over by the house of the Morning Lord begging for something.
She is an escaped criminal wanted by the Hawk Winter family. I will deal with her. If the rest of you wish to reconcile how we are best to deal with the criminal Lynn is tracking, so be it, but I must speak to this woman and relay justice.
Helene, does the criminal, what was his name?
Suffolk.
Right. Does he need to be alive?
I'd prefer it if he wasn't. That's why I said not to get the law involved.
Perfect. That's all I need to know. Thanks. Then I'll
And
walk
then
over and stand by Jay.
And as she's walking away, small woman, you mentioned there's sacrifices. May you enlighten
You
on
must
that?
not be from around the Dale. Yes, the towns around here offer one of 3 sacrifices to the Frost Maiden. It started about a year ago to attempt to appease her. For the past year, we've been... Well, some of the towns have been holding drawings to determine who is sacrificed to the Frost Maiden, while other towns forgo things like not eating for the day of the full moon, or of the new moon. And other towns don't light a fire from, well, dusk to dawn. We all have to sacrifice something in an attempt to appease her, as... Well, if we don't, then we may all lose our lives.
Even one that is not from civilization, that is absolutely barbaric.
Unfortunately, it's what we've had to do. I don't agree with it, but it is what passes as civilized behavior here.
Interesting. That explains why I've sensed the magic's off-balanced. Very well, we shall go with the others and deal with this Setacaro.
Suffolk Caltro.
Setacaltro.
I'll call him Carl.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know who that person is, but I'm interested in this order thingy.
Thank
I'm
you.
saying as I'm kind of trying to catch up. What's that order? The order gauntlet order thing? Excuse me, sir. Man that hired me. Hello?
Yes, I thought I specified that I'd need some privacy in dealing with the criminal that I was pursuing. But yes, what is your question?
What's that order gauntlet thing?
'Tis the order of my family, the order of the gauntlet.
Is it important?
To me, doesn't
But
have to be
most
to you.
people? Does it mean anything
The or-
outside of your family?
Yes. The Order of the Gauntlet has certain tenets that have just asked to be broken. I don't take it very lightly, but not within arm's reach of the Gauntlet, even though Helm is always watching.
Well,
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must do the Order's bidding in privacy.
so you don't need help? We can just
Nope.
stay here, I guess. Okay.
It's warm, it's comfortable. I'll be right back.
Oh,
May I ask
okay.
her transgressions?
She stole. Therefore, she's owed, or rather, her hand is owed to I. So if you excuse me.
Just her hand? So she'll be okay? Can we come with?
Killing is wrong.
Well, if
It's
you
not
just take
killing.
Well, will you heal her after you take her hand? That
She
would
will
kill
be
her if
as
you
well
didn't.
as she will be fine. I will tend to her wounds. There is no need for concern. It's a petty criminal, gentlemen and ladies. No need to concern yourselves.
Well, actually, will you take this with and give it to her? It sounds like she's gonna be in an even worse position than she already is in. And I'll hand him some winter clothes that I've been working on all week.
Fine. But as far as mending the wounds, Cornelius, you're necessary in this regard. I am not good with medical procedures. Cornelius,
Yes.
please take the clues and let us be off to find our objective.
If healing is what you need, I may be of aid as well.
No. I cannot involve anyone who is not with the Order. This is a Hawk Winter matter, and a matter for Waterdeep's concern and interest. This woman must be dealt with handily, quickly, with little incident, and that requires expertise. Expertise that Cornelius and I have. Sit well, gentlemen. This will not take long.
Well, I hand Cornelius some clothes that I've been working on. And you see me working on them all the time. Anytime we have free time. They're very dear to me. Would you please make sure they get to her okay? Please?
Fine.
Okay.
Do
I'm
as
a
you
man of
must.
my
Then
word.
I'll go back and take a seat then.
I'm just standing looking out the window.
What a poor person. She has people out to do her harm.
Well, some people deserve it. I don't know what she's done exactly, but other than stealing.
Okay, so I'm going to move those two into a private call for a moment.
Okay.
And then Steven, I'm moving you with me. Just
What?
you're just gonna have to leave the room because you're recording.
Take
so
your headset off.
Has to be
alright?
caught on the recording. Yeah, it's like take your headset off, or just leave the room for a minute.
See, this is why you should be doing it. This is why.
No, because I have
Begone
game information
thought.
on my screen.
That is true.
I can also record it next time. So, same
Either
problem
way,
happened.
I just need some. Yeah, I just need to move somebody in with me. So whoever's recording needs to be moved. So.
Sure.
Whee!
Welcome.
That Jillian and friend are quite nosy. This will have to be swift. Alias will have to be swift.
He was saying that to you.
Oh. Yeah.
As it's only you two currently.
It was more like a statement, so I didn't think a response was warranted.
Now, Helene said that there would be a homeless woman around the tavern, yes?
Something like that.
Right. Against the wall of the tavern. I presumed the front door would be where one would be, but he's being a little bit more prudent than I gave credence for.
Wasn't she like... Or wasn't the area that she was in like to the east? From where this is on the city map?
I forgot to move you two. 1 second. I moved myself, and then I kind of space moving you two.
Forehead.
All good.
Yeah, so isn't she fucking over here?
Sorry, ping again? I was under the impression that she was homeless. I didn't think it was,
No, I thought it was said that she hangs out over there looking for handouts.
Hold on. You might have a different set of information than I do.
No, Lynn told you, when you were talking to Lynn, she told you that she either hangs out in front of the tavern or she's in front of the house of the Morning Lord looking for handouts. That's what Lynn
Got
told
it.
you.
So she's not in
Oh,
front of the
thank God.
tavern, then it's to the house of the Morning Lords we go.
I'm not
So
gonna
much
move
for-
my character because last time I
Yeah.
think I made a Maya mad.
Right. And I need... Well, it was because you were moving them in the wrong direction. Now that you know, like, where you're going, because there's labels, you can move your character. But before, you were, like, moving them over here instead of to the north look, which is over here. Okay, I need one of you to make a charisma investigation check. So an investigation check based off charisma.
Fuck.
How do I do that? Right click? No. A what based on charisma?
Investigation check based off charisma.
So just roll charisma?
Yeah. And then add your proficiency if you have it. Okay, Cornelius, I'll let you roll as well.
Oh jeez.
Nice.
Right.
I mean, that's a 9 with the proficiency, but
So you guys spend about an hour looking for the contact, and everybody that's like out on the streets, and there aren't very many of them, but they're really hard to discern from each other because they're all wearing the same winter clothing. Go ahead and make another check for the next hour.
let's try this again. Oh my god.
So another hour goes by, people coming and going, you guys just searching the town. Make another one. Hour 3 now.
Oh, thank god.
There you go. Ferrando, you finally find the contact, sitting in front of the house of the Morning Lord. It appears that she wasn't there earlier, or at least you didn't see her, but she is there now. She's leaning against one of the walls of the church, with a steel cup holded out in her gloved hand.
I make my way up towards close to her, trying to keep a very subtle eye around to see if there's anyone within earshot. Is anyone within earshot? Perception check?
Yeah, that would be a perception check.
Me too. Much better.
Not trusting my current surroundings regardless. I'm just going to be very careful. I am Ferrando from House Hawkwinter. And I have for you 1 silver piece.
I don't need payments. Show me
I'll finish that.
who you're with.
Listen, all I'm asking in exchange for this silver piece is that you show me what is lost.
And then I assume you pull up your sleeve to reveal the tattoo.
Yeah.
All right, and you would have one of these as well. With that, I just forgot to like DM you information on
Holy shit.
that. So
Yeah, I was
Sly,
like,
right?
what the fuck is going on?
Sly, right? Yeah, it's fucking cool. I've been thinking about this interaction for days now.
I haven't been thinking shit because I didn't even know what the fuck was happening.
yeah,
Mhm.
so the Harpers have hidden tattoos on their bodies. And the phrase to show these tattoos is "show me what is lost." They used to use pins. But the Harper pin is in fashion between the nobles right now. Like, it's very in fashion to be wearing a Harper pin. So rather than using pin, they now use hidden tattoos.
Easy.
And the keyword to show your tattoo is "show me what is lost."
So I
What is it that you needed to know?
Well, there's quite a bit. The Harpers have sent me here to clean up this little mess.
There's a
But
lot of
listen-
messes going around. The most recent one is in Bremen. Fishers are being terrorized by a monster that lives in Merdalden. Strange that none of the other towns on that lake have been harangued by the monster, but nonetheless, fishers from that town have been recently terrorized by this monster.
Currently, what is in front of us is that there was a dwarf with a scar, Hiln Trollbane, asking specifically for Setha Kaltra. I'm not sure
Setha
what
Kaltra.
is being asked other than to hand the Setha Kaltro in without informing law enforcement. I'm not naive, but the specific addition of not contacting law enforcement makes me wary. I fear I might be entering some sort of political chicanery. I want to be careful.
Helen is not somebody who would get involved in politics. She's very straightforward as a woman. What I can tell you is that Setha Kaltro is not one to be trusted. He walks around bare-skinned and comfortable clothes. He's either been kissed by the Frost Maiden or something else has taken hold of him.
And so there is no risk.
I believe he
then-
works for Torgs, correct?
Yes, that is correct. He's the sideman of Torx.
She's not to be trusted either. Torgs is definitely not to be trusted. Torga is... Let's just say that she steals things and then resells them for an increased price to the townspeople.
It
She's
seems
not the
odd.
best of people.
Well, criminal dealings are one thing, but we're talking about human sacrifice. Setha Kaltro is the suspect in this sacrifice. Icy daggers being stored into the backs of people across all the 10 towns. Most
Well,
recently,
when it comes to sacrifices, the towns usually draw from drawings to determine who sacrificed on the new moon. Word has it that somebody's been killing people who have been omitting their names from said drawings with some form of influence. The people who have died have all been accused of omitting their names from said drawings.
do you know if there's any truth to that?
I only know what I hear.
Fair enough. We're supposed to apprehend Setha Kaltro. Do you have any knowledge of his patterns, of his whereabouts? Or can I contact you later at another time when you've had more time to gather information specifically on Setha Kaltro?
If you leave by tonight, you should be able to catch Torg and Bremen. As long as you leave by tonight, you should be able to catch them. After
Thank you.
that, I'm not sure where they would go, and I would have to spend more time figuring out where it is that they'll be next. But I know for a fact, for certainty, that they will be in Bremen as long as you leave by tonight. And while you're there, perhaps you can take care of the lake monster as well.
Fair enough. Any other tasks?
For now, that's all I have.
Beldor, you are
Thank you.
appreciated as always.
Well, I will be seeing you two sometime soon again, I suppose.
Yes.
Be sure to find yourself a guide to guide you to the towns. Occasionally, the roads will be buried in the snow from the harsh storms.
We already have 2. I secured them before contacting you.
Very good.
Be
Alright,
well.
well, I will be seeing you two soon.
Aye. And may Helm watch over you.
And you as well.
Alright. And on that note, I guess we'll go back to the inn.
Yeet.
Yep, back to the other chat. Let's see if you can put on your...
Aha. And it's this one?
No, this is my second.
Oh, so you've been to 2 towns. Congratulations.
See if you can
Yes.
put your headset back on.
That's a big achievement, I'm sure.
As you would say. Yeah, we're just having a roleplay
I
session.
said you can put your headset back on.
I've learned more about our tall friend.
I barge into the inn. I decided to do her no harm. You were very convincing in your case. And in exchange, she gave me some information that apparently both Torg and Sethikaltra will be in Bremen by tonight. So, justice might not have been served, but we have. Shall we be on our way?
Bremen?
Bremen.
Wait, where is that? That's the one to the north? Right?
You're the guide?
Let me drag you over to that map.
Okay. That was out of character.
So do we hear any of this? I'm assuming he comes to talk to the rest of the party.
Yeah, I
that was
just
in the
think-
tavern.
Okay. What is this Bremen exactly?
It's another one of the 10 towns.
There's more than one.
I mean,
There
it's
is
called the
10 of
10.
them.
it's called the 10 towns for a reason.
Interesting.
Do you know what a town is?
I would assume it's something like this.
Except sometimes smaller and sometimes bigger.
Yes, the smaller I understand is that's what it was with me.
Yeah, so we'll be going to a smaller town.
This should be interesting.
And let me go and double check the travel times to see if we can even make it there on time.
You actually shouldn't have the travel times.
Oh.
That's something that
Ah.
you actually aren't supposed to have. So,
Oh, well, would I
That's
know
why I
how
revoked
long
it
it
from
normally
the list.
takes?
you guys can travel at a pace. Let me pull it up.
And it's 6.5 miles.
So, if you guys are on foot with snowshoes, you guys can travel 2 miles per hour.
Well, we're not. We don't necessarily need snowshoes for if we're just staying on the main road, right?
it depends on whether or not the road has been wiped out by a snowstorm.
We are in a barren wasteland after all.
But this is a civilized society, not a barren wasteland.
I mean, not that I don't have
Um,
snowshoes, but yeah.
You guys won't need snowshoes if the road is clear. Then the travel pace will still be 2 miles per hour. So,
Does everyone have snowshoes?
What are snowshoes?
It's shoes to help you walk on the snow.
We got gear, all of us, right? Got
Yes.
winter gear. Okay, yeah.
Snowshoes are not included in that. They're a separate
Yeah.
thing.
You just get the cold weather clothing, I'm pretty sure, for free.
yes, everybody does get cold weather clothing for free. Snowshoes are not part of it.
Oh boy! So I will advise everyone that snowshoes are important, and so are that's the thing that starts with a C.
I already
Close.
have it. I just call them snow spikes.
Ah. Okay, snow spikes then.
There's
Are you talking about the
like they're essentially the ice.
crampons?
Yeah, the things that let you walk
Yeah.
on ice.
Yeah, crampons.
Yeah, the
The
croutons.
attachments to your shoes that are like spikes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
those
how
will
much
be very
for-
useful.
How much is it for these items?
let's see, winter survival gear.
I believe it was 5 gold for the
crampons
snowshoes or
are-
something, right?
Crampons are 2 gold pieces, and snowshoes are 2 gold pieces.
Oh, so 4 gold total, yeah.
All right, then to the local shop we go to get snowshoes and crampons, and we leave immediately.
And I was not out of character. I wasn't here for the first part. What information did he come back and share?
Just general information. Like,
I don't know what was said at all.
If we are going to catch Sethacultro and Torg, it will be because we leave tonight to hit Bremen. That is where
Who's
they would
Torg?
both be. Torg is the boss man. Pay attention. Boss woman, rather. She is the head of the criminal cartel, and Hiln has said that Sethacultro is our target. We shall ascertain the location of where either is once we hit Bremen. But we must leave tonight. My contact was very clear.
Uh-huh.
then we shall waste no more time then.
So you would actually know that Torgs is so this is something that you and Steven would know, or Jay and Jillian. You guys would know that Torgs is essentially like this traveling merchant of sled dogs, and it's led by Torga, and she's not the most friendly of people. She's very harsh and rough, and you know that most of her goods are stolen, and she just sells them at a much higher price than they normally would be.
That's really sad. Hmm. Yeah, I think we could go shopping and then leave as soon as possible and get there. Yes, I think that would be best. We should deal with bad people.
She doesn't contribute anything. Not anything useful. She doesn't need it.
I mean, as a matter of fact, she actually contributes a negative amount.
Correct.
Snowshoes
really
is not
sad.
in the compendium. How much does it weigh?
In the winter survival gear, you can just Google, or you
It's-
can look
I-
that
I
up
have
in the
it on-
compendium.
I have it on my sheet. It's 4 pounds.
Crampons
4
weigh
pounds.
1/4 a pound, and snowshoes weigh 4 pounds.
I have snow spikes as half a pound.
No,
It's half a
crampons
pound
weigh
for
1/4
2 of them.
Okay.
No, for 2 crampons, it's 1/4 a pound.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, that makes things even more difficult.
Okay, so we're just adding the snowshoes. Just the whole winter survival gear thing, or
You guys already have cold weather clothing because she provided those to you. And you guys got 2 crampons, which weigh 1/4 a pound. It's crampons 2 in parentheses because you got 2 of them, and combined they weigh 1/4 pound.
okay.
And then snowshoes are 4 pounds, and they cost 2 gold pieces.
So 6 gold crampons.
Did you remember to add the gold that the merchant paid you, by the way?
I did, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I did not, and that was 20 gold.
correct.
Mhm.
So 20. Yeah.
And those 3 things together, 2 crampons and snowshoes, that's 4 gold.
No, it's 4.
It's 4 gold total
Yeah,
for
yeah,
both of
yeah,
them.
yeah. Sorry.
Because
It's 2
crampons
golds
are 2
each.
gold and snowshoes are 2.
And since
So I offered to make some new clothes for Fendon for like cloaks and coats and such. Does anybody else want some? I know you guys
Well?
have been traveling a lot, and you might need a spare or maybe a replacement.
If you're offering, I'd be more than happy.
I'll offer to make some. Yeah.
Well, I'm not one for vanity, but I would appreciate a cloak appropriate for my stature. Perhaps the Hawk Winter insignia could be on the back. Also, if the cloak could be white. How possible is that? I don't know much about actual creation of such finery.
Well, I mainly work with furs, but if you can find something with white fur, I could make you a white cloak.
White fur it is. I'm sure we'll run across some sort of beast.
Well, yeah,
And,
there's lots of them.
Looking forward to it.
May I ask what beasts we speak of? I know there are winter wolves in this area.
I consider a beast whichever attacks the party and dies to my blade.
What I
I'd rather keep it simple.
out of character, I know there's wolves and owlbears.
There's
Snowy
wolves,
owlbears.
owlbears, yeti, remorazes. There's you guys would know that there's the bandit tribes. There's frost druids, there's ice trolls, there's walkers, there's crag cats, there's werebears.
And I
Oh my.
and I would know. We would know all this.
You guys would know like the general dangers of going
Yeah.
outside. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would have just listed all of those in like a list. There's this, that, this. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes, well, if one has a coat fine enough that I deem worthy of joining my wardrobe, it is then that I will ask for a cloak. Till then, I think I'm fine in my winter garb.
Okay. I just thought I could be extra helpful and offer my skills.
You'll have to forgive me, but a person of my station does not just wear anything.
Okay.
All right, and we're off.
Scaling on this is correct. Yeah.
I think he was like 6.5 miles.
Babe. Is
that?
the scaling on this correct? So it would take us like 3 hours to get there.
I have a chart for this. So from
boy.
Brinchander to Targos, it is 3 miles. And then from Targos to Bremen, it is 2 miles.
So yeah, roughly
Fuck.
like 2.5 hours.
Well, you guys can travel at a rate of 2 miles per hour.
Yeah, so 2.5
yeah.
hours.
So to get to Targos, it would take you guys 2 hours, and when you guys get to Targos and you guys begin leaving for Bremen, the road is actually covered in snow. It was it ended up becoming buried in snow from a recent storm.
So with our snowshoes, we can travel at the same pace, though. Yeah. That's why we had everybody get snowshoes.
No, that's on a road. It's 2 miles per hour with snowshoes.
Oh shit.
With snowshoes on tundra, you guys can travel at a rate of
12.
12 miles an hour.
No, just 12.
half a mile per hour.
Oh, jeez.
Oh
wow.
god.
Oh,
Wow.
this is gonna be painful.
So get to hiking.
So
Oh, this
these
is
snowshoes are gonna fit me right with my extra large feet.
They
Yes, they have
have
stuff for
them in
Goliaths.
all size. Yeah, the Goliaths are pretty common up here, so when you go farther south on the Sword Coast, that's when you're going to have trouble finding things that are in your size, but because Goliaths are up here, they have things in your size pretty commonly. Like, you aren't going to have to worry about stuff not being in your size up here. When you go
Alright.
south and on towards like the Sword Coast, that's when you're going to start having issues.
That'll work.
yeah, this is normal. This happens from time to time. Just have to roll with it.
What exactly do you mean? This happens normally, as in
The roads.
road.
Yeah,
Out?
the roads get like this every once in a while.
Well, I assumed anything that could possibly inconvenience her. My apologies. The cold seems to be swelling my tongue. I imagine anything that could possibly inconvenience us due to this weather will, so doesn't prevent us from needing to move forward.
Yep. Forward.
Okay, so you guys spent about 2 hours getting to Targos, and then after that, you guys spend another 4 hours before you finally arrive in Bremen.
Yay.
Do we have any idea
Um,
on the approximate time?
So you guys would have left. Okay, so the residents of Icewind Dale, you guys would know that like twilight essentially ended probably about 2 hours ago.
Mhm.
So at this point, it
Darkness.
would be about 4 p.m.
That sounds like cold.
to our guides.
Yeah.
It is currently about negative 60 degrees outside.
Isn't it wonderful out?
Yummy.
The weather's like this a lot.
Well, I have decent clothes, so you know. I'm fine.
Well, of course you do. I made them for you.
I know you did.
On top of these clothes, the fur protects me.
Well, I have fur clothes. Do you not mean fur clothes?
I mean actual fur.
Like I have fur on my head. Does that count?
Yes, I believe that would be considered fur.
Oh, okay.
So you guys would have gotten to the river, which is mostly frozen over, and that's how you guys would have had to have gotten to the town. As there is a river, normally a ferry runs between the towns and across the lakes, but due to the everlasting rime, the lake is frozen, and you guys have to cross over through the river.
And that's when we use our snow spikes to grip on the ice.
Correct.
Good job. Oh god.
Do we make acrobatics checks? Is
No.
is
You
the
guys
water?
do not have to, because you guys have the snow spikes. Otherwise, you would have had to.
So I'm assuming it's completely, the whole river is completely frozen then?
It's frozen over because of eternal winter.
Alright,
Mainly
so
frozen.
So it's deep enough to where we're not going to have to worry about thin ice then. I would
Yeah,
assume.
that's been my concern. And I actually really appreciate that Amaya did not answer that because
Jay-
we don't know.
Jay and I would have been leading the way, so.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Alright, so you guys get to the point where you have to cross the river. It seems frozen over for the most parts. Who was testing it first?
Well, I'm just gonna. I'll just yell or tell everyone, switch to your crampons so we can cross, and then I'll just quickly swap and start walking.
I suppose I'll test the ice because I trust our guide, but I only trust them so much. I've only just met them, really.
Let's
I
everyone not
agree.
gather too closely.
I'll walk like halfway across and then wait for others to start walking.
I believe I should go last as I'm the biggest.
How do I test the thickness of the ice? Well, how does my character do it, rather?
You would essentially like stomp on the ice to test it. I don't know if have you ever gone ice fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you would know, like you essentially just like step on it to test it, and then afterwards you start stomping on it to make sure that it's like good.
Gotcha.
And
Alright.
yeah, it's frozen solid. You guys are good to walk across. It's thin enough here.
Yep, Jillian will take the lead and I'll pull up the rear. So feel free to walk across.
I thought I was going last.
No, it's okay. I'll stay with
You
you.
guys would have begun walking down here because up here is actually where it's a lot thinner. So
Yeah.
Oh, well, sorry.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, and then I would. Yeah.
because this actually breaks off into like the lake. About here is where like you guys can start seeing running water. So
Okay. Well,
Well, Jillian, you're up.
Just start walking towards the town.
let me just move this here because you guys have. Oh shit.
What?
1 second. Here we go. Because your guides have been to this town before.
Haven't we been to all the towns before?
You guys sure have.
Oh boy.
I see an arrow, but there's no. Cool.
Forehead.
Welcome to Bremen. So, let me pull up the descriptor. Founded by dwarf prospectors, the sleepy town of Bremen sits on the west bank of Meredalden. At the mouth of the Shungarian River, Bremen's harbor has frozen, requiring local fishers to haul their boats across the ice to pull them in the lake. Visitors who lack a boat can reach Bremen only by crossing the river, which is mostly frozen over. Targos, Tourmaline, and Lonelywood are all visible from the docks on clear days. So I lied, actually. This is frozen.
Oh.
Where are we looking to go?
unfortunately, my information ends here. I imagine the town hall or the tavern center might, if there are such things here, people might have seen Torg and Torga and what was
It's
the
actually
name
a
of the
pretty
looking
small
at too?
town. So as you guys are wandering the streets,
Ooh.
I have no vision.
tokens are up here. It's because I set this up with your token previously. Let me drag your new token on. Because for some reason your information doesn't like to save.
So how would we like to do marching order?
Well, I would be first because I guess I
And
was
I would be
leading.
last.
And actually, let me fix this dynamic lighting really quick, because for some reason it's using the dancing lights, not the torch.
So that's what dancing lights is supposed to look like.
In terms of, like, the brightness of the light, yeah.
I'm
I
scared.
feel like I'm in a horror movie. Yeah, right?
Like, as
all the
your
lights
lights
fucking
just
turning off.
disappearing.
And I'm like,
It's like on a
Yeah.
street and the lights start going off.
Hold on, let me just conjure flame real quick. That way we can see.
my pretentious accent hasn't prepared me for the terrors that I'm about to face.
Out of nowhere, 500 liches approach.
As long as I die fancy.
Ooh,
Oh la la.
I can see everything now.
Mon Dieu.
So are the streets magically lit here, or are they torches?
No, they're lanterns.
Ah, okay, okay.
Just spaced lanterns.
Huh.
I see dwarven boys.
Yeah, and so this is the whole town?
It's not the whole town, but this is the portion of the town in which you guys are going to see stuff.
Okay. Is over here the like center of the town, like the 5 Tavern center, whatever.
No, like I said, this is strictly for this. This doesn't represent the town in any way. It is strictly
Oh.
for this part. So
Just for as we're entering the town.
well, for the encounter. So
What encounter?
Encounter.
No.
all right. So as you guys are walking through the streets of the town, you guys see a sign on the southern part of the streets posted, and it says Twerks. And spread about are a bit of wares, just scattered about in the snow. And you see Torg and her group leaned against the wall, and her dogs off to the left of the building, just eating the food that Torga had fed them. It's down here.
Ah,
And you guys see Sefik standing there. Sefik, he seems to be a man in his 30s. He's wearing nothing but what looks to be a comfortable garb. The most off-settling thing about him is his eyes. His eyes are a frost blue, and they seem to be glowing.
That's kind of weird.
His aura seems unnatural.
Yes,
Yeah.
but he hasn't broken any laws. We can't just go about and make a
But he killed
disruption.
people.
Yeah.
We
He's-
don't have the evidence.
I have enough evidence for me. I'm ready to kill him now.
Just so you guys know, both him and Twerga look to be extremely strong. And the 4 members that are with them don't seem to be too strong, but both Sefik and Twerga look to be highly capable.
If we all work together, we could easily kill him.
I'm wondering
he
if there's
doesn't.
a smart way to go about this.
Well, I mean, we walk up like we're paying customers and then just start attacking. Easy.
Or we could just ask them to stop. That's always worked for me.
Well,
I have a
No
I-
one's ever said no.
I know that it works for you in the past, Jay, but I don't stand for people killing other people out of their own wants.
Steven doesn't get subtle hints, so I'll say it this way. If you fight both of them at the same time, you'll die.
I got the hint.
Let me just be blunt about
Yeah.
it.
I have a very bad feeling about the blue-eyed one. We should go about this very cautiously.
Perhaps I can glean more information if I just behave a customer. Excuse me.
I'll see what kind of information I can pick up by slinking around.
Yes, Cornelius, do make yourself useful.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Actually, where can I be where I'm stealth, but I can observe what the fuck is going on? I'll let the DM make that call.
Well, you can essentially like hide between like the street lights and that sort of thing. It looks like I probably did not space them out very well. Let me fix that.
I don't even see streetlights.
I would assume where they're the brightest, so middle. So maybe right over here. There you go.
Also, why is there like a line right there?
Because it's overlapping. Like it's overlapping lights. That's what it represents. Like, well, I guess I should ask which line you're talking about.
Like, why is this a hard? Like, why can't I see down this alleyway?
Yeah, that's black right
Because
there.
once again, Stephen, you do not have dark vision. You only have what's based off of lights. So it does not change as you move because you are not carrying a light source.
Well, I guess
Oh,
we should go
duh.
check out what they're selling.
I'm just gonna go ahead and stand back out of the way.
Torga, I
Yeah, I'll just stand at the-
believe
at
you
the edge of
have
shadows,
a
I guess.
name.
Huh? What was that?
I believe that you might have what I need. I was told you procure goods.
Oh, a customer. Yes. What do you want?
Well,
What is it
as,
you're looking for?
as you can see, I'm a little new to the area. The ice is unpleasant. What do you have that would help me in my travels?
Well, I sell cut wood, flint, tinder, flasks of well oil, blankets, furs, rations, bottles of wine, casks of cheap ale, some medicine, and some vials of poison used to kill vermin.
Where do you keep your furs?
Furs? Well, just tell me what you want and I can grab it. I mean, it's all laid out in front of you.
I look down at my clothes. I would like something a bit more noble. Do you have anything in white?
I sell the furs, not the clothes. But I do have some silver, if you're interested.
Seal fur sounds splendid.
Did you want grown seals or baby seals?
Which one is softer?
Baby seal fur is far softer and much more white.
And, while we're looking at this, where are you staying in this hellhole of an established town?
Well, there's not many places to stay. We usually just pack up and leave. During the evenings, my workers are... They can do as they please. But right now is business. And if you're looking to do business, then let's get to it.
Yes, of course. The seal furs. I'm amazed, Torga, that you trust your business partners to do as they please. That is, well, impressive. I have to keep mine tight in tow, if you know what I mean.
If it works for you, I suppose. Are we doing business?
I'm waiting for you to demonstrate where these seal furs are.
Just look at your feet. My goods are sprawled everywhere.
I'm going to make a perception check on I guess the two different furs, the white ones. But as I'm looking at I guess would this be sleight of hand? I'm looking around, but I'm also trying to hide the fact that I'm looking at everybody and measuring everybody, seeing if there's anything peculiar that sticks out.
I'm also attempting to witness things.
Would that,
Okay, go ahead and... No, it wouldn't be sleight of hand. Go ahead and just make a perception check at me, and then make a stealth check based off of wisdom. So wisdom, if you're proficient in stealth, add the stealth proficiency.
all right.
You stare at Sephic for a little bit too long, and he looks back at you, and he just stares into your eyes. His eyes seem to be like not only glowing, but it seems as though there's like you almost think that you see like blue flames instead of eyes for a moment.
Sorry for staring, sir. I've never met anyone with eyes quite like those.
I was born on the midwinter holiday, kissed by the frost maiden.
Must be nice.
It is
These.
indeed. I don't need warm clothes. I can wear whatever I like.
Well, I tell you, I would like to wear these baby seal furs. How many can I get for 10 gold?
Not a 1.
A 1 for 10.
Not a 1.
Not a 1. And why, might I ask, is the price on this fur so exceptionally high?
Because it's baby seals, you can only get them at a certain time of year.
And what about the bigger ones, the adult furs? How much are those?
For those, you could get one for 10 gold.
I'll be back. I need to consult with my tailor. I imagine one would be fine, but if I don't have enough for a cloak, I'm not interested. Excuse me.
Whatever you, we'll be headed back to Brinchander tomorrow morning.
All right. Is this out of earshot? Where I'm at now?
If we whisper, yeah.
Yeah, if you talk quietly, then yeah.
At night time, they will disperse. I don't know if I can take Sefik as well as Targo. Sefik is rather imposing. They'd be without their henchmen in the evening.
Do they separate?
To what degree, I don't actually know. But to avoid suspicion, I might as well take that seal cloak. You said you could make a cloak of white if I procured the fur, correct?
Yes.
All right.
How much is he asking by chance for the fur?
He's asking 10 gold. I'm trying to see if I can make it an excuse to bargain. Perhaps I can separate the two some other way, but I lack imagination as to how I can do it.
I didn't mean to click that. I meant to click the dexterity thing off.
So Jay and Jill, you guys would know that this price is about 5 times what's normally charged for silver.
So it's normally 2 gold?
It's normally 2 gold.
And is it like I would be able to get it in Brinchander?
You would have to find a trapper or somebody to pay for it. It wouldn't be like readily available.
But like if I paid a trapper beforehand, like in a couple
Yeah,
days.
if you
he
like
could go
paid
get it.
them to go kill a seal, then yeah, they could be able to get it.
Okay. Then I'll just let it be. I mean, he already knows that they charge extortionary prices. I mean, we were told that. So, I'm sure
Yeah, I'm
that he
just
knows
letting
that.
you know that it's about 5 times the price.
Gotcha.
Because that's something your character would know.
Okay.
Good night, Brand.
So, I don't know if the information that I've gathered is quite enough. They will separate at night. And what then?
Well, if we can catch Sefik on his own, we can easily ambush him.
That is what we're getting
Yeah.
paid to do.
If not,
The other-
I do have a way of making an area very heavily obscured if he is with people, or if him and Torga are still together. I can make the area very cloudy, and then we can grab Sefik and take him to another location and do our business there.
I work best in the shadows. Whatever
I'm
type of
curious.
advantage I can get.
I wonder if we disposed of every single henchman as they wander. Then perhaps, come the morn, Targa and Sefik might be looking for them. There's no way they would leave just the two of them. Strong as they are, I doubt that even they would feel comfortable.
Did they say they were going to leave in the morning?
Aye, they did.
I still have a bad feeling about the blue-eyed one.
Well, I'm sure Cornelius could pick off those henchmen. I mean, I
do my
know
best.
that shouldn't be a problem for you.
Can you mark them, Cornelius?
Perhaps.
If you wish, I know of something to detect magic. Would you like me to see if there's anything more that I can discern from Sefik?
I believe him that he was kissed by the Frost Maiden. I don't know if that's magical that you can detect, but I'm not an expert in the arcane. If you can do it without being noticed, absolutely. I have to go back and tell some sort of story. We've been talking for a little too long to discuss matters of a fur and a cloak. Maybe I can gather more information about the evening and the morning. I'll be off.
And I'm gonna do reconnaissance.
Torga, I have a lot of money, but I do not appreciate the presumption that you can charge me as much as you are for that.
Take it or leave it.
But I know better. Really?
I'm not gonna be able to get close.
You're not going to stop me?
Absolutely not. You pay the price, or you do what you like.
Oh, that's rich! Oh, you think someone's going to buy it? Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, boy. I'll tell you what. 5 gold. It's still double the cost, roughly.
7.
I'm going to take a look around. No, I do believe 5 would be sufficient. You don't seem to have any other customers, do you?
Make a persuasion check.
I rolled a 16.
5 it is.
Good. Thank you for being reasonable, Torga. Now, I don't suppose I could convince you to get a drink with me so I can get filled in onto the happenings of the 10 towns. In particular, I was told that certain fish are being mangled locally. I don't have any information on it beyond that.
Fish being mangled locally. Not sure
That's
what
all
you
I-
mean.
Yeah, that's all I was given. I'll take that seal.
If I were to cast Detect Magic, how would I be able to do it enough to where he wouldn't be able to see me? If I were to cast it to see separate.
Well, you would have to do, if you're trying to do it stealthily, it would be a sleight of hand check. Right?
Correct.
Seal fur. Alright, well, I can't drag it from the compendium. I imagine it weighs what, like 5 pounds? 10 pounds?
It would be the same as a fur. I sent the stats over to Denny. I believe it was 2 pounds for a fur.
Okay.
You were saying 5 pounds.
5 pounds? Okay, so 5 pounds.
Okay. Well, here is a white fur. You can fashion it as you suggested.
Of
I would
course, let's get
appreciate-
to work right away.
So the silver, it's sort of like a muddy white compared to the baby silver, where it was more like a cream white. This is more like a muddy white. So it's not the white that you're expecting, but it is still white.
Okay.
It's as though like you got a new like white bathroom rug, and then you took it outside and used it as a doormat.
Kind of
Man, that's fucked
like... Actually, I found something I can find. Let's see. Kind of like this color. Like a cream.
Yeah, that would be the baby
Aw.
silver.
That makes me so
Ooh.
sad.
What do you mean? Why does that make you sad?
Well, because it's
Those
dead.
are the best for making coats.
Baby seal fur coats are actually really soft. Sadly.
Oh, I see the fur from the adult seal. Yeah, that's pretty dirty.
Yeah, it's more like a dirty like white or like very light brown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna take a look at it. A shame.
Why is it a shame?
Because these people seem unhonest. They would have wasted the seal.
What do you mean? We're using it right now. There's
I
no
believe
waste.
Fendon is saying that the life of the seal was probably not respected in the procuring of this fur, which, given...
Correct.
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Is there an inn?
There should be.
All right,
Right over
let us
here.
be on our way.
And I'll start just leading them towards the inn/tavern area kind of thing.
So there's the inn, which is the buried treasures, and then there is the 5 taverns.
And where are we at in relevance on the map?
You guys would currently... Let me climb up your tokens so I can move them all at once.
Are we out of earshot of at
He
this
has to
point?
be about here currently.
Okay.
So she has
So
her
we have-
shop like just down here.
Yeah.
Okay. And are we out of earshot right now of target? Can we just say that? Is that okay?
Well, you were out of earshot before, so you would still be out of earshot, yeah.
Cool. All right. Cornelius, you've marked the lesser members of Target's party.
To an extent.
Would you be able to recognize them in any of the inns?
More than likely.
Then that shall be what we do. Come the morning, there will be no henchmen, and presumably they will go looking. That's when they'll split.
What if they go looking together?
Then I suppose we'll need to improvise.
Okay.
We can go to the plan B of I make a cloud of smoke, and then we can ambush, or we can try to kidnap the one guy and get him to an area where we can kill him discreetly.
Or a diversion can be made.
Like
Although
with
I
the
don't
dog
know.
sled.
I do know of a wind spill that I could use to cause a diversion.
You could get the dogs from the dog sled to run, and then one of them would probably want to stop that because it would have their gear and stuff on it.
That is a good idea. Can anyone here commune with dogs?
I can commune with the beasts.
Interesting.
It would depend on the manner of how you would portray the message, though.
They simply need to run. With the henchmen gone and their dogs running, it will certainly distract them at the very least. But first, let's find the henchmen.
I
So they would
believe,
Agreed.
I believe I could do my part of the plan.
How
Phenomenal.
do you know that they'll like trust you, the dogs? Do you think she's rough with the dogs? Should we take care of them?
If that's the case, they would be better off freed.
She probably is very rough. I mean, she's a rough person overall.
I concur. We will save the dogs. Let's kill the
Yes.
henchmen first.
Okay.
Where do you expect they will leave to? I mean, we could...
Anyone hanging around with those debaucherous sorts are doing so for the coin, and with that coin, they will use it debaucherously. We can presume they will be at the taverns, else they have family here, which I highly doubt.
If I may interject, as they seem very unsightly, their type seems like they would be staying at the cheapest place possible.
I concur.
Well, I mean,
Is it possible for me to make an insight check to see if I come to the same conclusion?
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check based off of what you saw of them.
What did I see of them?
Is it?
Well, when you were observing them, because you made a stealth check to observe them.
Right, but what did I observe that wasn't given to me?
Well, make an insight check.
Right.
Oh,
Ah.
Unlucky.
so you saw what you saw.
Yeah, you essentially saw the conversation between Ferrando and Sefik, as well as Torga. The other groups, the other hirelings that she had, were essentially just leaning against the walls, like picking their nails and that sort of thing, just waiting for something interesting to happen.
Gotcha.
And do I know of any other? Is Buried Treasures the only inn in town?
Buried Treasures is the only inn. Then there's also the 5 taverns, which are taverns, not inns.
But taverns, do they have rooms or?
No, they don't have rooms. They just have drinks and food, essentially.
That is almost certainly where the they would be spending the coin.
Okay.
The henchmen.
Yep.
So-
So upon my wonderful insight check, I will agree with the group.
I'll lead you to the tavern center, and we can wait
Alright.
for them there.
As we're walking through the town, I'll nudge Cornelius and be like, "Isn't Jillian doing well? I'm so proud of her. She's learning more and more each time we go out."
I also am happy to see another's growth.
Yeah, it's great.
Aren't you the younger one?
I know. But she's not like, she hasn't been doing, I guess, guiding for as long.
No, she hasn't been doing it for very long, no.
So it's nice to see her being able to pick up on things from the few times that she's went out with me.
Alright, are you guys going into one of the taverns, or?
Um,
It's
So
just
there's
I mean,
5
outside.
taverns.
I guess we would wait. Cornelius, find yourself a nice little hiding space. And for now, take the fur to keep yourself warm.
Of course.
I will stand guard. The rest of you can disperse, make us less suspicious. Once I can identify one of the henchmen, should they be without Torga and Sefik, I will hail them down, and we will pounce.
I want to go ahead and join Cornelius.
So walking the
I'm
streets
gonna-
of the town, you do know that, like, or you notice that a lot of the town streets are empty. People don't tend to like to be out in this harsh cold, so most people just either hold themselves up in inns or at taverns. But there's hardly anybody out walking the street, and if there is somebody out on the street, they're typically going from one place to the next. So it would be very odd if you decided to stay outside.
Okay.
It would look out of place.
You can come into one of the taverns and watch through the windows. I'm assuming 5 tavern center means there's 5 taverns.
Yep. So these 5 buildings,
One,
like
two,
this little
three,
half moon is
4,
essentially the
5.
tavern.
Right, I forgot about the
Yeah.
whole like negative 40 degrees. So yeah, I'm totally
So-
doing not stand outside.
I believe from where they are, if we go into this tavern, it should give you the best view of them coming from the area down there. And you can just wait and
Alright.
watch.
Then that's what I'll do.
Right. So about 2 hours go by. Let me adjust this map really quick. Actually, no, we won't be using this map. So about 2 hours go by, and then you see Suffolk alone enter into one of the taverns.
Which tavern did we see him go into?
He enters into the Grumpy Moose.
Which is which one?
This one is the Grumpy Moose.
All right. Should we all go in together? I don't imagine we have much time before he finishes his beverages and leaves, but it would be suspicious.
Wouldn't it'd be best to ambush him outside, not inside the tavern?
Is that
Yes,
true?
I suppose.
Why is it best to do that?
We don't want to draw attention to ourselves. She said
The
to keep the law
objective-
out of it, right?
Yes, the
Didn't
objective
even-
was to get law enforcement away from the matter.
Did not mean to click on that.
Noise.
Easy.
So if we,
How should we lead him out?
well, we can wait for him to leave, and then try, just wait for him to get far enough distance away from the taverns, and then just charge him.
Is it possible for me to get close enough to the tavern to where I can see him in cast Detect Magic?
Yeah, I mean, that would be possible. If you want to cast Detect Magic, that's fine.
Well, Detect Magic is concentration up to 10 minutes, so you could just Detect Magic before you walk in, and if you wanted to do that.
Yep.
Okay. So I will go ahead and cast Detect Magic and then go ahead and walk inside and proceed up to the bar and order a drink.
Okay. He doesn't glow of magic. Nothing in this building seems to glow of magic.
Alright. I will go ahead and finish my drink, pay the barkeep, which
It would
is
be
how
5
much?
copper pieces.
5 copper pieces.
I'm assuming that you just got a cheap ale, so.
So 5 copper pieces. 9.
So wait, sorry, out of character, real quick. Hiln, was it dead or alive with Hiln?
Lynn was okay with it being dead. She doesn't want him alive.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
And neither
That's
do
fine.
I. Smiley face.
Alright. And so as I'm walking out, I'm going to go over to the other tavern where all the other party members are, and I'm going to go ahead and explain that I do not detect any sort of magical properties with him. I do not sense any magic from him, but I still feel a dangerous presence from him.
Hmm.
Well, he is a murderer. They give off those kind of vibes.
Do they?
We should set up in a tactical manner.
I mean, if you know they're a murderer, I don't necessarily feel comfortable around murderers. Do you?
I've never really thought about it. I don't know very many.
What exactly is murder?
Killing someone that doesn't deserve it.
Interesting.
How long would it check you to see if the hounds that they were keeping were tied up?
Whew.
Who are you referring that to me?
That would be for the Furbog.
It would only take a matter of moments. Why might you ask? Have you seen the dogs yet?
No, but I imagine if they were released, that would draw his attention. He would leave the inn, and then we would dispatch him.
So, quick thing. I thought he came here, like, by himself.
He did.
He came
Okay.
to the tavern by himself, yes.
Did he have the sled?
No, he did not have the sled or the dogs.
I
with
thought
him.
that was the other chick that had the sled.
Exactly.
It was
Yeah,
like her
Torga
sled.
had some.
Like we
Yeah.
can just wait for him to like leave the inn for when he's done drinking, and then just attack him then. Because people don't like to come out on the streets anyway.
We run the risk of another person joining him. We only have this evening.
And we could make quick work of him, I'm sure.
I mean that if he's alone, yes, sure. But should anyone join him, should Targa join him, should any of the lackeys join him, it would make dispatching him quite a bit more difficult. This
Well,
is
if
the
we deal with
opportunity
him
we have.
quick enough, then I wouldn't be too worried about other people joining.
Well, if we're not attacking him, then someone might be joining him, correct? So while he sits there drinking, someone else might be on
Then
their
we
way.
should go attack him.
Well, how do you
Would it-
Yeah.
how do you propose we get him outside?
If the dogs have run astray, and it is honest, should be convincing enough.
Well, how will he know that the dogs have gone if he's in the tavern drinking?
Well, one of us could lie, or the others can make a ruckus. Or we release the dogs and let the fun ensue.
In a village this small, though, wouldn't it seem noticeable that the dogs would be running amok and barking, though?
Also,
That's
both
exactly-
Jill and Jay, you guys would know that dog sleds. The dogs that pull those are sled dogs are extremely well trained. Most of the time they're kept off the leash. Like they aren't typically chained up because they're trained well enough not to have to be.
Loyal dogs are.
Yeah, I don't know
I
that
mean,
you'd get
that
much
doesn't
luck.
mean that they're loyal. That just means that they're well trained. Totally different things.
Yeah, true.
So you're telling me
Irregardless.
that...
We should try, as I can speak to the animals. I may be able to convince them.
I don't want you to be absent if Sefik is to exit the tavern.
Very well. If you wish me to remain, then I shall.
What would lure out a criminal?
Just wait for the tavern to close.
Oh, fine. We can do a time skip.
Like that's what I was saying. I'm just like, let's just wait for him to leave. Like,
All right.
Again, yeah, they were just worried about other people coming in. Which is pretty fair.
And I'll somehow be on the lookout for the hench goons.
Approximately how many people live in this town?
it's a small town.
So several hundred,
City's
I would guess.
population is, I think it's 150, if I'm correct.
Yeah, 150.
Easy.
Yeah. Alright, let me pull us over to the other map that I prepared for the encounter. Get rid of these
Yeet.
tokens. Gee. Alright, position yourselves however you want. Suffolk will be coming out of this door.
What?
Ugh. Excuse me.
What door?
Suffolk will be coming out of this door.
Oh, over.
I'm assuming there's a building over there, so.
Oh yeah, you guys
Yeah,
are blind because you guys don't have light sources. Let me dynamically like that really quick, actually. Because there should be a light source there.
Is this a statue by chance?
Ignore it. It's not supposed to be there.
Gotcha. Okay. I guess I will. I'll just.
I would be.
stand back
I
a
would be
bit.
close by Jay. So
I was just looking to try to get to
I
a
will
decent
go
spot.
over in this
strategic
corner.
vantage point.
Now, is the door right, like, there?
It's
Yeah.
right here. This is the door.
Okay. So, like, if I was standing here, he wouldn't be able to see me.
No.
Okay.
And if I was standing right on that corner, he wouldn't be able to see me, correct? Okay.
And I
So
got,
I'll
I
make
got,
a stealth check.
You guys also wouldn't be able to see him unless you were peeking around the corner, though.
and I'll. Can I just stand? Yeah, I can stand here and like, and I would just be like on the corner, peeking my like, just peeking out barely enough to see the door. Is that good? If I was here, just peeking around the corner barely enough to see the door.
No, that's fine.
Okay, and I will
So-
stealth check.
I still can't see a thing.
Have you moved your character?
I
How
don't know.
thick is the snow on the ground?
There he is.
Now
Okay.
can you see?
Yes, sorry. All right.
Door is
Yeah, you need to move your character. That's why.
door is here.
All right. Door is there.
This is the door.
Right here.
Okay.
This statue is non-existent.
And we know when the bars close and such, right?
You guys would know that they typically close about 2 a.m.
Okay. Well, I guess in preparation for that, around when it will close, I'll cast Armor of Agathis.
Agathis?
Agathis?
Yeah, that's how it's pronounced. Armor of Agathis.
Okay.
Can I determine how much snow is on the ground around the door?
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception. Perception. As soon as I find my perception.
Ooh, nice.
There seems to be about 2 to 3 inches currently.
Alright. Damn, nat 20.
Bendon, you're in my way.
Very well. What about now?
Ooh, that should be fine.
Yeah,
I'll also draw my weapon.
yeah. Verando's out in the open. What are you doing?
Drawing attention, and I draw my rapier.
What if he's not the first one to come out?
You make a fair point.
Yeah, so speaking of that, already a short bow attack if he exits the tavern.
Hide
I'll
behind.
be over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
draw
shall-
my crossbow.
Yeah, and I'll just have my spear and shield out.
I shall provide a distraction.
Do you want us to roll initiative now since the turn order's there? Or are we rolling initiative?
We'll be rolling initiative for the surprise round, yeah.
So roll.
So yeah, we're roll initiative because it's going to be for the surprise round.
Haha.
Oh.
Damn.
Huh.
Well, I tried.
I should actually probably change this really quick before. Oh, they have it set so their fucking tokens on here always whisper rolls. Finally, thank God. They don't have that for any other module.
GG.
Lost Mine of Fandelver has it.
Did they have it so it always whispers the rules? Like you didn't have to change that on the sheet?
Yeah, every preset
that's so nice.
every preset monster in there is there, but if you add anything, you have to change it.
God, that's really nice. It does not work that way for Curse of Strahd. I have to change everything, like, one by one.
That's an older module too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Well, yeah, that's... Well, I guess Lost Mines of Fandelver
Is pretty old.
was out.
Lost Mines of Fandelver is the oldest one, but it was
Yeah.
added recently to Roll20, I believe. Like,
That
in the last
may-
year and a half.
That may
I
have
guess
been
that makes
why.
sense.
Alright, and out Suffolk Caltro walks.
And that would be my
Um,
turn, correct?
So even though
Who has a higher dex, you or Jay?
Him. And what was that, Pat?
Mine is
my ready to attack is that
Yeah, your ready to attack would go before everybody else's action, or at least it should, according to
Okay,
rules
that's
as
what I wanted
written.
to clarify.
Yeah.
Do you have seven? Do you have 17 dexterity?
Well, he was holding an action to like just shoot him the moment he stepped out the door.
Sure. If he's holding
So
action,
that would happen, and then we would go into the surprise round of turn order.
Sure. Okay.
All right,
Right.
here we go.
Are we trying to kill him or knock him out?
Jesus,
Kill.
fuck.
Well,
Yeah, that does not hit.
Fantastic.
But at least it's not a nat 1.
yeah, it's a 7 because he has
Because-
advantage. But
Still terrible rolls. Holy shit.
yeah, that is bad
A
rolls.
1 and a
one-
2.
Yeah, that's hella bad.
Oh,
Oh,
but yeah, I go
for-
second in that turn.
I
order.
forgot to turn on enable 3D dice and automatically roll. There we go.
I'm surprised it's not a global setting.
Yeah, I know.
Huh.
I forgot I have to do that every time when we waiting to go into a new game.
Well, I didn't forget. I just learned that.
All right. But,
Yeah, Fernando, you'll be before me.
Well, the way that it goes is whoever was holding the action is who starts the initiative, and then Sefik skips his turn, and then we're back at the top. So it would be Fendon would be next because he's the next one on the list.
Okay.
Or yeah, it would because Cornelius fired, then it was Sefik, then Fendon. So Fendon, you're actually next.
Okay, so I'm next. All right. I'm gonna
So
go ahead
talking
and
is still a free action in this module, right?
Talking is still a free action, yes.
Whatever you do, Fendon, make sure you do not get in my way.
very well. Can I peek around the corner and attack?
I mean, you moved your character already, so yeah.
I am going to go ahead and produce flame and throw it at him.
It's a good cantrip. I love that. I love that cantrip for druids.
And the d20 is for the throwing?
Yep.
Okay. And then if you could, just change it so it includes the spell card and the spells that you cast. But yeah, so that does hit.
Where do I change that at?
On your spell list, it will be under the gear, and then you just click include spell card.
Oh, I guess I should also.
Yeah, if you
have
use
done
spells,
that.
please include the spell cards for them.
Sorry.
Where is that exactly on the table? Donald's gear. Oh, I see it, I think. Okay, I don't actually see the spell card, that part.
Well, it's an attack, so but there's a.
Pretty much where it shows the damage and that stuff, or...
So it would be under it says include description in attack. Turn that on.
Which side of the gear wheel is
Well, so are you under the spells tab?
yes.
And then you click on the eye to see the spell, and then you click the gear to edit the spell, right?
Yes.
And then you scroll down, and it's right above the big box that has all the text in it. There's the include spell attack,
okay.
spell description and attack. Turn it on.
Okay, I see it now.
Yeah.
So do you want me to go ahead and click it again?
No, you can just click the spell, because I'm assuming that throwing it just has damage, right? Like, there's no special attacks that happen with the spell.
Nope.
Correct. So 2 damage.
great.
And
It just
I
conjures a
need
ball
to
of
do
fire
that-
and hucks it.
Essentially. So now, do I need to do that to every single spell? Or...
All the spells that you are going to be using, yeah.
Okay.
Right, now it's Jay's turn.
Perfect. Yeah, I guess I'll just run over and attack. So, moving out of there, and then.
Well, wouldn't Ferrando be first? 'Cause
Oh
he has
yeah,
a higher
yeah.
dex.
Sorry, I was trying to say that
does
earlier.
he have a higher dex?
Yeah,
have
I was trying to
17
say that
defects,
earlier.
Okay, when you said second in combat, I thought that you meant like after Cornelius took a shot. That's what I thought you were trying to say, and that's why I said, well, actually, it goes off of like placement and initiative.
Excuse me.
Is he?
Second in turn
Would he be
order.
half cover from here, Amaya?
For you, you aren't able to see him right now unless you like lean out to try to see him.
Okay.
Because I did the dynamic lighting so you guys could like see that it was a building, and
Gotcha.
not just not see anything.
Right. So I'd have to move
But there's still
here.
like a corner, yeah. In order to like see him,
Moving,
you'd have to move
and then
there.
firing. Is that 14 hit?
A 14 does hit, yeah.
And just one more random question: the only spells that show up that are not in a spell card are the damage spells.
Yeah. The damage spells automatically don't show the spell card, so you just have to change.
Okay, so
them
everything utility wise shows. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nat 1 on the damage roll. Rip.
So you shoot your crossbow, and it pierces his shoulder. No blood comes out from the wound.
Well, that's not disturbing.
Jay, your turn.
Alrighty. I actually had to adjust my character sheet a little bit, but I will move over as a bonus action, place the Hexblade's Curse on him.
Okay.
And should I link that in chat for you?
If it's a spell, then yeah. Otherwise,
It's
like
not.
if it's your ability, it should just be like a global damage modifier, right?
Yeah. Well,
Then yeah,
and it does a
you don't
lot
have
of
to
other
link it.
stuff.
Oh well, then yeah, go ahead and link it then.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, with that, I will grip my longsword with 2 hands and take a swing at him.
You didn't put the battle music
Oh.
on repeat, by the way.
I did.
The +3 is not supposed to be on there. So it's only a 13. My bad. It auto-checked that Bless was on for some reason.
Yeah, it does that. A 13 hits.
Alrighty. Do.
Wow.
Ho ho.
For 14.
Jesus. That's some Delmonico damage right there.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of damage. So you sink your blade into him, and it sinks a good like inch and a half in. No blood comes out of the wound, and he looks up at you and he stares with his cold, like fiery blue eyes.
Did that hurt? I'm sorry. And then I end
Damn
Not
it.
really. I can feel pain.
Oh, that's reassuring. Yeah, I'm done.
All right, Jillian, it's your turn.
All right, I will step out. And do I see him?
See who?
Cornelius.
Yeah.
No, you would not see him.
So he's hiding even from.
He would be behind the corner. Yeah.
So then if I step to, so I was I have 25, so it's 5, 10, 15, 20. If I step to here, could I see him?
You're talking about Cornelius, right? Not Sefik?
Yeah.
You don't have vision of him because you don't have dark vision.
Oh, but he's in dim light.
Wait, can you actually?
I can see his
like,
I
token.
can see his token.
Yeah, I can see
Oh,
stuff
okay.
as well.
Then if you can see the corner, then you from there you would be able to see him because he's not behind the corner. I don't believe, right?
No.
Yeah, you would be able to see like a portion of his body,
Okay. So then
not fully him, but like a portion of his body.
that's fine. I will. I'll say I'll move to there. Wait. That should have been prepared. That should be that one. Anyway, so I would I move to there and cast Bless on him, Jay, and myself. So you can all tick that
I'd
you
have
have.
to add that as a
You can
global
all-
modifier.
Yeah, you can just tick that you have Bless on if you have the global modifier, which yeah.
And if you
Let me turn
add
that shit
the
on.
global attack modifier, it auto adds bless to it, and it's in
Yeah.
the cogwheel, and then the top right box.
So that would be attack, correct?
Yeah, show global attack modifiers, and then it should automatically add Bless because it's the most common one.
Yeah, I see that. Thank you.
And yeah,
So
so when
we-
it, and you can just tick it on and off.
Beautiful.
Super useful to know.
Alright, so is that your turn?
Yes.
Hey, Cornelius, it's your turn.
Damn it, Fendon! I've instructed you not to obstruct my vision.
My apologies. I thought I would do more.
And I aim at Suffolk. Please.
So-
Holy fuck!
10, right? Or does
Yeah.
he still have advantage?
It would be the 10.
He
Okay.
does
No,
not
because
have
he
it.
refilled himself with his first shot.
Got it.
He does
That
not have
misses.
this.
Skulker feat.
Yeah. Cool feat though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so that would miss.
Mm,
Oh,
I'm
there's
afraid.
nothing else I can do.
mark yourself if you're blessed, by the way, just so I remember who I blessed.
Oh,
Got
okay.
it.
Do that little symbol.
Okay. What if
Right,
I want to
Suffolk's
use a
turn.
different one?
He's going to look to you, Jane. He's going to say, I think I'll take care of your friends first. He's going to bonus action Misty Step.
Oh shit.
Hi, how are you? He's going to make 2 attacks with his longsword.
Oh.
2
Is he
attack.
10 and he 13?
13 hits, 10 does not.
Right, you are taking 15 points of damage, 7 slashing and 8 cold.
Okay, so I'm unconscious. So 15, so -5.
No, you just go to 0.
Yeah, there's no negatives, so it'll just be 0.
I am just gonna go ahead and
That's more
sleep.
like it. And then, at the end of his turn, you guys watch as one of the wounds that you guys began, one of the wounds that Jake made, the like 1.5-inch gash, begins to close with ice crystals.
Damn.
Right, Fen, I need to make a death saving throw.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, Tyler, I hope you didn't get too attached to your Furbolg there.
That's 2 failures, correct?
Yep.
It's okay. we has cleric.
So not ones count as 2 failed saves.
Yeah, it's okay. We have cleric.
I didn't want to play my character anyway.
You know, Denny,
Ferrando,
that
it's your
statement
turn.
doesn't instill any hope in me.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I
What?
know,
I've
but
played
he's
with that
not
cleric
you.
before.
No, different cleric. Totally different. Alright, Ian. Or excuse me,
Alright.
Fandango.
Oh no.
I'm surprised you decided to attack such a lesser. I presumed you more courageous. There's a 12 hit?
A 12 barely hits.
Okay.
Man,
Really? Another one? Fuck off.
Hey, at least you're hitting.
Yeah, fair enough.
And another crossbow bolt slinks into his shoulder. Ah. You know, I told you I couldn't feel pain, but that one I felt it a little bit.
Well, maybe you do the...
Maybe it was just a
Right.
bit of pressure.
I do
Oh,
like to put the
also,
pressure
there
on.
is no honor in a fight. You'd be able to remember that.
Well, come teach me a lesson then, Sefik.
Make persuasion check.
Oh my god.
I'll say it one more time, Sefik. You're a coward.
No problems teaching slime lessons. Alright, Jay, it is your turn.
Great, you
Oh
effectively taunted him.
no.
Yeah, that ends always fantastically, is when you taunt people.
It has every time for me.
Exactly.
Well, I have the AC in the group.
I also, what do you mean? I have 18 AC, bitch.
So do I.
Even though you taunted him, I will move past and move up to him and be like, please don't hurt other people.
This is the best warlock ever.
Oh,
Oh my glob.
double nets.
Well, double nat 4 on the bless,
Double
yeah.
nat four, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I-
so 18
oh,
will
it's
not
an
crit
18.
actually.
Damn.
It was close.
It was really close.
Close, very close.
Yeah. For 8.
Alrighty. Once again, your blade sinks about, like, half an inch into his body.
Please don't hurt them, I say. And then I
Light
had my turn.
crossbows are one-handed, right?
What's that?
Light crossbows are one-handed, right? I would still have my shield. And I would...
Hand crossbows are one-handed, light crossbows are not.
Okay.
they
So
just
you would
deal
not
less
have your shield
damage.
equipped currently.
Well, as Jay stabs him, I'm just gonna gurgle.
I
My
don't
job.
suppose I could bonus action... It's not a bonus action to train.
It's an action to equip a shield.
Okay, damn.
Yeah, we had some issues with that.
But yeah, I'm done on my turn.
Alright, Jillian, your turn.
Okay.
Currently Fendon is bleeding out.
No shit.
I'm
Oh,
actually
really?
deathly afraid that
I'm
I'm
running.
going to lose this character.
I run over and cast Cure Wounds on Fendon.
My fucking
You
hero.
do?
Fuck off, Fat.
But it's okay, this is a different campaign.
The PTSD, it persists.
3, so I gain 3 HP.
Yeah. and you're
That's
conscious.
fucking nat 1. God damn.
Yeah, we're
Minimum
rolling
healing.
like garbage. Like, we're all rolling like shit, except for Mr. Warlock, nice man here.
This
So,
is Warlock, nice man.
As you're healing me, I begin to get up and say, "You have my eternal gratitude. You saved my life."
You are
I
actually
now
still
owe
prone
you.
until your next turn.
Actually, wait.
Yep.
Fucking druids.
Does my lucky roll apply to that actually?
I mean, it can if you want. That's my understanding.
Is it?
Attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, so no.
That
would
is
not.
definitely something that is not one of those things.
Damn. Okay.
It's not an ability check?
No.
No,
it's like rolling for
it's a
damage
roll
and
for
being
damage,
like, well,
yeah.
that's...
I guess that's kind of counterintuitive.
Alright, so is that your turn, Jill?
Yeah, I don't have any other bonus action. I don't have any bonus actions, so.
Oh, no.
Alright. Cornelius, your turn.
Right. Damn it. Fucking hate this positioning. I didn't mean to make that extra step up.
No
Alright,
problem.
Okay, game. And please, for the love of God. You fucking bastard.
You're
my-
at Alyssa!
We have rolled more nat 1s already than we have, I think, in the entire other campaign.
So yeah, that misses. Anything else on your turn? Do you have any bonus actions or anything?
No.
Cornelius, I thought you would be better after our practice session at Helm's Hold, not worse.
I thought I'd have better aim at my target without him being surrounded.
Sure,
Suffix
blame it
turn.
on others.
As much as I love parties, I'm not keen on taking on this many of you at once. And he's going to bonus action Misty Step again. And then take 2 attacks at you, Ferendo.
Uh-oh.
TPK.
That is a natural 1 and a 22.
The 22 hits. Yeah.
TPK.
I think I can take him.
You are taking 11 points of slashing and 7 points of cold damage as
I'm
this
unconscious.
ice sword sinks into you.
I'm unconscious.
What the mother of what the fuck? He one-shots
Said
all
about
of
that.
us.
I
hard.
told you I would give you a lesson.
I
And
had
he
warned
regains-
us that he was.
Yeah, he heals when he kills us.
Once again, at the end of his turn, you guys see one of the wounds begin to close with these ice crystals. Right, Fendon, your turn.
I can move and take an action then, correct?
Yeah.
Well, sort of.
Okay, so
You're
I'm
still
going. I'm going to spend half my movement to stand up.
Yep.
I am going to go ahead. I'm assuming this is 5 foot of movement, correct, per tile?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you click on your token and then begin dragging it, right click, you can actually see how many
Oh.
your movement.
Okay, so then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to move back and then go ahead and cure wounds on myself.
Okay.
Ooh. So I am back to full health. It is a good thing I came across this skill long ago.
Brando, death saving throw.
Wunderbar.
Wow.
That is 1 failed save.
It could be 2.
Ha
Coughs.
Right, Jay, your turn.
Okay.
This is not how I expected the first combat going. I'm just
I mean, it
frantic.
didn't.
I'm just frantically trying to keep everybody alive, and I'm out of spell
You
slots.
failed to heed the warning.
I did warn you. There was something off about him.
Stop hurting them. Ooh, that's a miss.
That was a
Or
12.
no,
12.
12. Yeah,
12
that's 12
hits.
hits.
Just barely.
Bless, baby.
Oh.
Man,
I think
we're
I
just
know who-
pumping damage.
I think I know who our DPS is.
It sinks into his side, sinking a little bit deeper. You know, I'm starting to feel your hits a little bit. If you could pull back, I'd appreciate it.
Stop hurting my friends and I'll stop hurting you, okay?
I just wanted to go about my business.
Well, stop killing people too.
It's not my fault they were rigging the elections.
Hold on. Hold on. What? And then I end my turn. That's all. That's all for my turn.
Alright, Jillian, your turn.
I'll move here and cast Spare the Dying on Ferrando.
Alright, you're now stable, Ferrando.
So that means I don't. No more.
No more death saves.
No more death saves.
Okay. I'm still out of the combat. Rip, rip.
Yeah, still unconscious, but you're not in danger of dying.
Yeah. Thank you.
Alright, Cornelius, your turn. Oh, I just hit the wrong button on my mouse. Please don't back me out, game. Oh, god, please don't.
Game's over.
Okay, it didn't. Thank god, we're okay.
By the way, I wrote 19 pages of character work, and I was going to be super pissed if this character died.
I know the feeling, although I had 1.
So I shouldn't have any difficulty lining up this shot.
No, I'm
'cause he's
totally
still
prone.
downed.
Yeah.
He's still proud.
Yeah, he's prone, so you're good.
The anticipation.
That was
Oh,
the element
yeah.
out of
Hey, you
character,
hit.
by the
Very
way.
nice.
Yeah.
And then a 19 crits, but it's an 18. And it's only for the warlock, I think, right?
Yeah, it's only
Yeah,
for
it's
the
only for
warlock.
the warlock.
Rip. Alright.
What about the warlock?
They're critting on a
Oh, yeah.
19.
Oh, critting on a 19, not an 18.
You finally shoot an arrow, and it pierces Sephic's shoulder. Oh, I felt that one a little bit too. Perhaps I need to teach you a lesson next.
Teach me a lesson, not him.
Are you just
I
like
am
begging?
Yes.
Make a
just-
performance check to see how annoying you are being to him.
You're actually gonna make him fucking roll for that? You're not just gonna give it to him?
Yes.
Yeah, put yourself
Why would I
in
not
that
have him
character's
roll for
shoes.
that?
Yeah, roll.
Because you wouldn't have to determine if you're annoyed or not.
Well, it determines how annoying he is.
I'm
Or how
pretty
annoying
fucking annoying.
He's being.
If only we could throw the halfling like a torpedo.
I mean, you could
could.
try. I'm not gonna say it's gonna go well for you, but you could try.
Oh, it definitely won't.
I don't want to be thrown.
Alright, is that your
things.
turn, Cornelius?
Yeah, I got nothing else. Not yet, at least.
Hi.
I could die here. He could kill me dead.
Yeah,
How
you
much
really could,
HP
though.
do you have? In
16?
less- You have 16?
Yes.
Ugh.
I'm just an arcane caster. But he can still kill me dead.
Right. You managed to like barely like beat his intelligence roll, so you guys rolled the same thing. So he's taunted by you.
Ah,
You've annoyed him enough. That is a 13 and an 11.
13 is my AC.
Okay. So you are taking 12 points of slashing. Well, 5 points of slashing damage, 7 points of cold damage as he cuts through your first.
Oh.
So 12 damage total.
Okay. He takes 5 points of cold damage.
Alright, he heals 5 points.
Easy.
Oh god.
Oh Jesus.
It kept me alive. So I'm happy.
Right, Fendon, your turn.
Alright, so once I'm done
You notice
healing
as this explosion of cold that comes from Shay, it seems to close some of his wounds.
So as soon as I'm done healing myself, I'm gonna go ahead and move over a little bit, roar at him, and then produce another flame ball and throw it at him.
Alright, that
Tyler, you
hits.
roll so well. Like, roll something that
Yeah,
does damage.
actually just rolling really bad damage.
Except for trying to save myself.
Yeah.
Well, that's not damage. Of course you would be poor at that.
Is he
So, yeah,
weak to
that
fire by
hits.
chance?
That's for you to find
Or
out.
do...
It seems to do normal damage to him.
Okay.
Right, Ferrando, you are stable. Jay, your turn again.
Well,
Oh, don't I roll to see if I hit a nat 20 so I can get 1 HP?
no.
You are
There's
making
no more
death saves anymore
stabilizing.
because you're stable.
Gotcha. Okay.
That hurt a lot. But I'm glad it was me. And then you were killing people for rigging elections as I'm swinging.
That
Fucking-
hits.
Jesus.
So why were they rigging the elections? For what
He
purpose?
grunts a little bit. There weren't not so much elections, but drawings to see who was killed. They were paying off the officials. So I dealt with them.
Oh, I'm actually okay with that. Good job. And
So can we be done with this?
I'll look over. Well, I guess I'll look over to Jillian. Can we be done with this?
He's still.
And then I end my turn.
You do have. It's the beginning of your turn, so you can respond.
I'll just move as I move here. I'll say, You're still a murderer! And I move behind him and stab him with my spear.
Okay, and it is a +2. I'm going with the +2, not advantage.
So that would be
Oh.
that's a 29.
Yeah, that hits.
Hey, 29 does not hit.
Cries an ancient red dragon.
He takes 6 piercing damage as you stab him in his kidneys. Once again,
How-
no blood from the wound.
How wounded can we determine he looks at this point, even with no blood?
It seems as though he has like broken like pieces of ice all over his body. He's bloodied, quote unquote, but there's no blood.
Alright. I believe he is wounded, and we are pissing him off, as humans say.
Alright, is that your turn, Joel?
Yes.
Alright, Cornelius, your turn.
Yeah, I should maintain my range. Cornelius thinks to himself. Yeah, that's a good shot, is it not?
Yeah, that she's not there.
All right.
Amaya's gone.
Steven!
What?
Steven! Amaya's gone!
She's not in Discord anymore. Oh, there she is. Worst
She
case scenario, computer crashed.
On with my Discord right now. What the fuck?
Well,
Did
that
you try
does
fully
happen.
restarting it?
And then rejoin again.
If not, try fully exiting out and restarting it.
Damn it. Oh, he did things.
You are doing some good rolls.
Fuck no.
Yeah, that hits.
It's the first break I've gotten this whole fucking combat.
Let's see the damage. Watch the damage.
Give me this
please.
shit.
Nat
5
1.
damage.
Jesus, fuck, man.
Alright, you stab him. Well, you shoot him, and another arrow pierces his body, leaving
I
another.
stab him from a
broken hole.
distance.
Yeah, the arrow stabs him.
Yeah.
The arrow is an extension of my body. Foot. No, I'm just kidding.
Alright, Suffix
I
turn.
am a turn.
Well, seeming how you don't want to be done with this,
Who?
he's speaking to you.
Oh!
That
I
is a
wanted to.
17 and a 24.
Yeah, 2 hits.
Oh God.
Oh,
I have a feeling that I'm dead.
Ooh.
I'm waiting for this verdict. Like my life counts on it, Jesus.
does 57 damage kill?
Maybe.
You are taking 15 points. No.
Oh boy.
So 15 points?
14 points of damage.
You can kill my character, Amaya.
I don't want to kill your character, Jenny.
15 points of damage insta-kills my character. As I fall to the ground.
No. Denny, no. 14.
We literally
14
could have had
damage.
2 people die this round.
No, it's okay. I'm totally okay with that.
I don't
I
want
love
your
this
character.
character.
I don't
though.
want
Like,
you to
I love
fudge
this
things.
character.
I
Hey,
don't want you to fudge
fine,
things.
fine. Yeah,
Fudging rolls bad.
Such a shame.
Yeah,
It's a
so
great character.
instantly dead, and yeah, she's dead.
Well, Fendon's
It wasn't
going...
fudging rolls for you, that was fudging rolls for me. Ugh.
I know.
Well, you said they like to make meat grinder campaigns.
I mean, we could have lost 2 players already. Let's be honest.
Well, were we?
Yeah, for sure.
Is this a fight we're not supposed to do or something?
You guys are supposed to talk to him, then either. Well, okay, so. Whoa,
whoa, whoa, after the combat.
I will tell you
Yeah.
after the combat.
Good job, Amaya.
So I would say he's probably roughly mid to mid low HP. Would be my
And at
guess
the
if
end
he's
of his
wounded.
turn, he does not regenerate.
Okay.
That's fucking weird.
He took fire damage.
Ah.
Ha.
Oh.
Uh,
All right, I don't know that.
So
Guys,
as
keep throwing fucking fire volleyballs at him.
so as Jay is brutally murdered.
Well, I just
I'm
went
go-
down.
Oh, you just went down. You weren't murdered outright. Okay.
As far as you know.
So essentially,
wouldn't know.
Sefik took his blade and plunged it. You saw it leave her body, and then you saw her fall to the ground. A pool of blood just spreading from her body.
So I'm
No
gonna go
confirmation,
ahead and just roar no in a very angry voice and throw another fireball. Or
That does not hit.
oh fuck. That's all I got.
Ferrando, you are unconscious. Jade, you are dead. Jillian,
Go get your friend.
This is just going to get worse. You're unconscious. You're dead. Death saving throw. And Cornelius rolls a 1. And
Actually, that's a question I have. Since I was fully revived, do I take away my death saving failures?
nope. The death,
I leave
the,
him?
the
Until a
failed
long
saves
rest.
do not go away until after a long rest.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah.
If we have a TPK, well, it's been a good first session.
Gurgle.
I'm just gonna stab him again. Cause I'm mad.
Are you sure about that?
So you're gonna try to stab him again?
12.
Wow, that actually fucking bless.
12 hits.
Okay, so
this
AC
is so
12.
clutch.
He takes 5 points of damage as your spear pierces him.
Come on, Cornelius.
Cornelius.
Roll something fat. Roll something fat.
Fucking no.
Okay.
19.
That hit.
Alright. Thank God. Fanania.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
11 damage.
He's looking very rough at this point. Ice crystals are beginning to break off from his body and fall to the ground. Right, it's his turn. I'd really like to be done with this, if that's okay. I've already killed one of you. I don't want to have to kill more.
Give me one good reason why you've killed my best friend.
I don't want to kill you, too.
You're dead. You killed her.
So rotate
You
the gear.
deserve to die.
So be it. There's a 21 and a 10 to hit you, Jillian.
Only the 21 hits.
You take 17 points of damage, 10 slashing and 7 cold.
Oh,
Actually,
God.
you're resistant to cold, yes?
Yeah.
So you would take 4 cold. So 10 slashing, 4 cold.
Why did you make him do so much damage?
She didn't do a goddamn thing. We didn't heed her warning.
I'm kind of curious on what his stats are.
Yeah. This is
Fucking,
bonkers.
it doesn't matter.
And then he loses concentration, obviously. Or she loses concentration, because she is unconscious. Fendon,
So
your turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn to Cornelius and say,
And he does regain health as his body begins to recrystallize.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn to Cornelius and say, I did warn us. We are now fighting a losing battle.
Yes, thank you for the observation.
His body does still look as though it's like breaking apart. Like there are still ice crystals like falling off of his face, pieces of skin just dropping and shattering on the ground.
Clutch rolls.
Okay.
Clutch your TPK.
Once again, I'm gonna summon up the ability to produce flame and chuck it as hard as I can at him.
And miss.
And it does not hit.
Fuck.
These
Why
rolls.
even-
Fuck.
Alright, let me
Right, Jillian, death saving throw.
We need a fucking clutch ass throw from
That's a
somebody.
success.
Cornelius.
Cornelius, your turn.
Yeah. Let's see. Man, fuck. Can't even sneak attack anymore. Let's see. Ah, I can see my arrows are effective, but not effective enough.
To hit.
Oh, you don't have bless anymore though. Just an FYI.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's thank
It's alright. 7.
It still hits. All right. Once again, well, this time you walk up to him and you stab your rapier into him. That part of his body seems to completely shatter off and collapse on the ground, turning into. It seems to mesh in fairly nicely with the snow, except it's much more clear. I'd really like to stop this.
I'm sorry, but what we have started, we cannot end.
You will
Right.
pay for what you've done.
His turn, you watch some of the snow that fell onto the ground come back onto his body and begin rebuilding it.
Right, he's fucking Majin Buu except with snow.
He's fucking he's like bionicle.
It is a 7 and a
He's really-
22 to hit you, Cornelius.
And 22 connects.
You are taking 12 slashing and 3 cold.
Easy.
Fendon, your turn.
Oops.
Alright, so
He looks like he's on the brink of collapse.
One good roll.
one final muster. I'm going to conjure up the most powerful flame I can
Fail.
and throw it at him.
That
Hey!
hits.
Oh my god!
Please tell me he disintegrates.
You throw this fireball, and it crashes into his body. His body disperses into ice crystals that fall to the ground, and due to the flame, they melt as they fall.
Oh my god.
He is dead, and his
Oh.
body is gone.
Holy shit.
Okay, so I'm going to immediately run over to everyone.
He's stable.
So Fernando's stable,
unstable,
so
unstable.
and then I'm gonna. Jay is dead completely. Correct? As I take a look at her.
You look at her, and she is completely dead.
Okay, so I'm going to try to stabilize Cornelius first. Or no, I'm not Cornelius. I'm going to try to stabilize Julian first, since she went down. Medical saving throw, medicine.
Yeah,
It
medicine
would be
check.
medicine, yes. That is a fail. Go ahead and make a death saving throw for me, Joe. That's 2 successes. Are you going to attempt to stabilize Joel again? Well, actually, I need Cornelius to make a death saving throw. First.
What are...
That's a success.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do Julian again.
Nice.
Okay, go ahead and make a medicine check. Okay, so Jillian is stable.
Alright, now Cornelius.
Before that, I need Cornelius to make another death saving throw.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's 2 successes. And then your check fails. Cornelius, make another one. Cornelius stabilizes himself. His body is able
Fucking-
to maintain himself.
Alright.
Doesn't know
Let's
why.
all go for a drink in the tavern.
He has a feeling.
Well,
that
all three of you are
Julian is
unconscious right
Alright,
now,
everybody
so...
who is
Unconscious.
unconscious, I need you to roll a d4 to
completely
determine how long it
incompetent.
takes to regain consciousness.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
You know, that seems fitting.
Yeah.
Their bodies aren't used to the cold, but mine is.
So this was a tavern, correct, that he came out of?
Yeah, it was the tavern that he came out of.
Can I take a peek inside to see if he has any goons inside?
There's nobody else
been
inside the
stalking
tavern
him the
currently
whole
except for
time.
the owner of the tavern.
I
Okay,
would
so
hope
I'm gonna
you
go
wouldn't,
ahead and
Danny.
drag everyone's body inside except for the Ice Crystal Boy.
Yeah, there's no body for him. The only thing left is a pile of his clothes. Even
Alright.
his ice weapons shattered and turned back into snow.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm just gonna
That's
take everyone and bring them inside urgently.
Okay, so he drags all of your bloodied bodies into the tavern. There's not an actual like map,
Inside.
but you know, you got it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you're dragging Jillian's corpse or Jay's corpse as well. Right?
Yes, and I will place her on the any empty table I see.
Right. So Jillian, you are regaining consciousness first.
Holy shit.
Is it? Oh, I don't know if it's dim light in here. Can you just adjust the light of one of the torches so we can actually see? Because I'm assuming we can see in the tavern.
You can see in the tavern, yeah. Again, though, there's no map, so this is like theater of the mind at this point.
Oh God. Okay, so I wake up and what do I see then?
You see both Cornelius and Perando's bodies. They seem to be unconscious. They're still breathing and stable. And then you see Fendon sitting against a wall.
What happened?
And then as soon as I hear her say that, I immediately sit up and walk over to her and say, I managed to kill Seprica, but I'm afraid your friend Jay was killed in between.
Where is she?
As for the other... she's on the table, and then I point towards the table. As for the others, I did manage to save their lives.
I'm gonna run over to Jay and like kind of shake her. Like, no, Jay, you can't be dead.
And then I'll walk up to the table next to her as well and be like, I'm sorry,
You
Jillian.
shake the body, and it's unmoving. Her skin has cold to the touch at this point. The owner of the tavern is sitting at the bar. I'm afraid she's gone less.
I'm sorry, Julian. I tried to save her, but she was already dead before I got to her. She's passed on from this world.
This is all your fault. You're the ones who wanted to even come up here in the first place.
My fault? No. I had no desire for any of this. This is what fate has thrown upon me. I never chose to come here. This was just what had occurred to me on this journey. This is what happened, and these events have unfolded. I had warned everyone already that the man with blue eyes was very dangerous. But no one listened.
And in tears obviously streaming down my face, I'm just going to run out of the building.
And I'm gonna go ahead and shout Julian's name real quick as she runs out the building.
I don't turn around. I keep running.
I'm just gonna go ahead and shake my head and go watch over Cornelius and Fernando. Fernando. Is anyone else awake yet? Not yet, correct?
At this time, none of them are awake yet. No, they're still coming back to consciousness.
All right, so I'm gonna go.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna go ahead and replace their bandages, their mending, as I should say, and then go ahead and sit back against the wall.
A little bit later, Cornelius, you're the next to regain consciousness.
I observe my surroundings. What do I see?
You see Jill over crying by Jay's body, which is on top of a table currently. You
no,
see
I ran out the door.
Fendon.
Yeah,
Oh,
she ran
Jill-
out the door.
Jill ran out the door. And then you see Fendon. Fendon, you said that you were leaning against a wall currently?
Yes.
So Fendon is leaning against a wall currently. And yeah, you see Ferrando's still unconscious currently, but he is breathing.
Well, it looks as though we were victorious. Perhaps not in the most direct way. Fendon, I suppose I have you to thank for that.
Yes, but at what cost?
Well, it is best not to dwell on those types of things. Now, don't get it confused. It is best to learn from this experience, but it is best not to dwell. Let it seep in like a poison and rot you from the inside.
Well, I have the sentiment to agree. I did give warning against this plan. Yet no one listened. And now someone is dead. The magic surrounding him were unnatural.
Easy.
It seems that fire was this man's weakness. Does Cornelius say anything else?
Nope. I'm just kind of taking it easy and observing.
Alright, so then I'm going to go ahead and go take a seat next to Ferrando.
Right, Ferrando, you wake up and the first face you see is that of Fendon watching over you.
Given that I'm not dead, I presume we won.
Yes, but at great cost. Julian's dead.
No.
No,
Or no,
Jay
no,
is
no,
dead.
no, no. Jay is dead. Excuse me. And Jillian had ran out. I do not know where she's at, but since she is currently up and active, I presume that she is alright. So I stay here to tend to both of your wounds. Cornelius is conscious, I should say. And now you have regained consciousness yourself.
I too would be rather disturbed should one of my siblings have fallen. We should find Julian.
Yes, we should. But you both must rest now. Unfortunately, I do not have the ability to heal you both right now. So I shall go find her if you rest. And then I'm going to go ahead. Go ahead.
You tend to Cornelius.
And what shall you do?
Second wind. We need second wind. +1. So I have 5 health now, or I guess 6 health. It's too risky to leave Jillian out in the cold by herself.
What do you wish to do then?
I'll find her. At least bring her back to safety so that she can make a decision about what to do next.
I'll just be.
I beg to differ, Friendo. She is the one more versed in these lands than us. She can fare for herself.
I turn to Cornelius and say, you're in no mood or no shape to move.
I am fine.
Although the same. I can't let her fend for herself. It's not just.
Very well, then go find her. I'll stay here with Cornelius.
And if you must, be careful and conscious along your travels.
I will not stray too far. I will seek locally.
I'll be
If she's gone out to the town, I can't actually do much about it anyway. Alright. Where's the exit?
To the left, bottom left, I
Right
believe.
here.
Left? Okay.
Right here. You see Jillian, sort of on the corner of the building, almost in the shadows, just weeping into her heavy coat.
just like in the fetal position, crying into my, knees.
I'm gonna sit against the wall. I had siblings too. Siblings I lost. It's not easy what you're feeling.
You have no idea what she meant to me. She's
No,
the,
I can't
She's
say
the only
that
one that didn't turn her back on me.
I can't say that I lost any of my loyal siblings. No. No, I don't know what you're feeling. Mine were taken from me in much a similar manner. Don't even actually know how many siblings, but I do know that they were murdered. I apologize for involving you and your sister in the way that I did. I know you agreed, I know we all fought the same fight, but I'm sorry. I wanted vengeance for my siblings. And I involved you. It's not any sort of condolence. But at least Sefik lies dead. Whatever you wish to do at this point, Julian, I respect your wishes. And of course, well, we'll deal with the gold when it comes to that. Now's not the time. I'm just gonna stay with her, silently from there.
I'm not gonna say anything else.
How long are you guys going to sit there? Is what I should ask. And what happens after you're finished in there?
I'm just gonna sit there and cry all night, pretty much. The cold doesn't bother me.
I'm just gonna, light a fire and make sure that she doesn't die from frostbite.
Well, once you light a fire, I'll just say, you can leave me. I don't need that.
I know I can, but I'm not going to. And I know you don't need it, but it's at least something.
However, your clothes are wet with blood currently, Brando.
Hmm.
So, how many hours would you say it is before you begin to light a fire?
I would say probably about 20 minutes once I realize that we're not gonna come to terms with this.
Okay, in that case, make one Constitution saving throw for me.
Sure.
Right, cool. You're fine. So you start a fire, and you are both just sitting there. And this is continuing until morning?
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there.
Okay. Are either of you sleeping?
I mean, I'll eventually, I'll sleep.
Eventually cry yourself to sleep?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, you guys hit level 2 off this. And then Denny, when you make your new character, make it level 2.
Hot damn.
What is the level 2 XP?
900,
Oh.
I think.
We'll be using milestones, so you don't really need to keep track of the XP numbers anyway.
So we
Because
just type in
this is a
level 2?
milestone system. Yeah, you just need to level up to level 2. If you want to keep track of the XP, you're welcome to. It's just not going to matter.
How do I level up to level 2 without?
It's
putting
sorry, it's
You go over
3
to the gear and then level up plus Charactermancer.
I apologize. Level 2 is 300 XP. So
launch level
Oh.
plus character mancer?
Yes.
Yeah, so I typed in level 2. I don't have the character mancer wheel to level up.
It'll be under your gear. You need to click on the gear on your character sheet.
And we have the choice between
the
rolling and
main
averaging
gear?
HP.
Or the one
can
up
we average
right.
HP or do we have to roll?
What?
Can we average HP or do we have to roll?
You have to roll. I don't do averages.
Easy.
Were you able to find it yet?
Yeah, I got it. I just typed in the XP. For some reason, the just typing in level 2 was not working.
Oh, no. So, like I said, you have to go over to the gear, and then you have to do launch level plus Charactermancer. So it'll be under the Charactermancer options when you click on the gear.
I see now. Okay.
Yeah,
It was in
you
the
click
main
that, and
settings.
that levels you up.
Easy. And you said we're doing the average or no roll?
You're rolling. No rolling. I mean, no average. You're only doing rolling.
I'll take that.
Good job, everyone.
That doesn't feel like a good job.
It definitely does not feel like a good job. That was such a
God.
lucky roll.
Well, we had a lot of bad luck rolls too in that whole
I'm
experiment.
so fucking upset.
Why?
Because I almost don't have any fucking any reason to stay with the party, and at this point, just because no I don't know. It's hard. It's gonna be hard for Jillian to find a reason to stay with the party, because especially because of Ferrando's views towards the Frost Maiden, and she views it that he's the reason why Jay died, and she's one of the only people aside from my parents that
Well, metagame, I can just talk to you about reasons and whatnot, and we'll come up with something.
I don't know.
I can
We'll see.
almost
Do you
guarantee
think you'd have to
that
roll another character?
What?
Like, do you think you'd roll another character?
Yeah,
Like,
I
what's
would.
that?
Yeah, I mean, if I can't find a suitable reason for Jillian to stay with the party, she would essentially tell you that I'm no longer going to be your guide, and she would go home, and then I'd roll another character.
Well,
Yeah.
Ferrando's trying to comfort you right now, essentially. So why does Jillian blame Ferrando for the death?
Because he's the one who got us involved initially, and so
Well,
we're just
can
we're just
we-
being his guides to come up here, and he's the one that
Can we roleplay that or not?
Yeah,
Would you want to talk
absolutely.
about it? All right.
If his character wants to burst out blaming you, then yeah.
Yeah.
But right
Do you
now
want
it's
to do that?
well, right. I mean, I wouldn't have done that right now, but I would at some point. Right now, I'm just kind of, thinking about things in my head. 'Cause IRL, I'm still thinking about how I want to do it.
Sure.
So your character wouldn't be angry that Ferrando is sitting next to you.
No, I'm inside. She's fuming, but she doesn't She's deciding
She's
whether or
distraught.
not he's worthy to live, kind of thing. Because that's how Jillian views 90% of things. Is whether yeah, I don't know. So she's thinking whether or not like if him be, like if I should kill him or not because he caused Jay's death. That's what I'm debating right now. But so that's why she's just sitting in silence. Because she's just sitting in silence and out of anger. But
So does your does your character truly like 100% believe that he's the reason that
it's his fault because he's the one that, you know.
does she believe that 100%, or is she using that as like, or she just needs to blame somebody now in her anger?
She
I
believes.
think that's something that should happen in like not a group setting chat. Like maybe direct to Maya and Steven chat.
Have them roll. Well, they are outside while the rest of us, well, are inside. So
Well, we're actually going to be ending the session here. We went an hour over because I spent about an extra 30 minutes prepping. So, but we are going to end the session here tonight with Jay's death and Jillian and Ferrando sitting outside in the cold snow.
Dramatic. Jesus.
Okay, so I think
Just
I may,
screaming
have,
fades to black.
I may have screwed something up. So when do we unlock level 2 spells? Is that level 3?
Yeah, that's level 3.
Okay, then I definitely screwed something up because I leveled up to level 3.
Yeah, so it's because you changed your level on your character sheet to 2. So when
And
you
then I
launched the
did
Charactermancer, it assumed that you were level 2. Because you
Shit.
changed the number to level 2.
Okay, so how can I fix that?
Maybe changing the number on
there's
the character
no-
sheet to level 1.
There's no de-leveling system, so
Manually.
Okay,
yeah,
so
you would essentially have to relaunch the Charactermancer. So you have to launch level 1 Charactermancer and then redo your character.
Oh, jeez.
And then level up that leveled character.
shit.
That's what you would have to do. If you launch a level 1 Charactermancer, I believe it saves all of your stats and your rolls. And then after, like, I believe that's what it does. I'm pretty sure it saves, like, what's on your character sheet. And then it just changes you back to level 1. That's what I
So-
think happens.
Okay, let me.
Let me make a copy of your character really quick before you do that.
Well, I
I'm
could
gonna
just
end
check
In
it
it
case
right
that's
now.
not the way it works.
I'll be right back.
I have to ask, were we supposed to fight him? Because you said you would
Yeah, no,
answer.
you're
Like,
Okay.
you said you would answer.
So
after
it gives
the
you guys a
song.
few options. Fighting them, you guys are meant like he's meant to kill like some of you if you guys fight, because he tries to willingly surrender several times throughout the fight, or just say let's be done with this. Like he tries to negotiate like terms of peace, and he explains his reasoning. And if the characters aren't okay with that reasoning, then they can continue to fight him, but it will be a costly fight.
So, metagame. My death was totally on Jillian.
Yes, metagame it was.
120%.
Because
Which
he
I
offered
find to
end
be
it, and
hilarious.
It didn't get ended.
And I'm like, yeah, I think we should end it. Looks over to Jillian, like, are we doing this? And then just fucking, no, stab him in the back.
And that
So-
will have to be something that Jillian herself has to consider as well as she meddles in her own thoughts.
Yeah.
So this is basically having me redo my entire character.
Oh.
So it didn't save what was on your sheet before.
No, I'm basically fully creating a new character.
Okay, well you haven't had any stat increases, so that's good. On your new sheet, or on the new character level or whatever, go to your stats page and go ahead and do your modifiers first that you had.
Yeah, I'm just pulling up my. Oh, fuck! I can't.